member krom ha no sa station we ya na metie enti osofo fidie ne to a ne tie be wate data Kennedy makramo Odobi shodomu Adiba shodomu Wedi na minkwa Dante na minjie Odoni do Odobi shodomu Adiba shodomu Adiba shodomu Senyo weda Minkwa Minkwa na minjie Odobi yewu Odobi yewu Ozo fata nkrume Odobiyewu Ozo fata Ebribia member krom ha no sa station we ya na metie enti osofo fidie ne to a ne tie be wate data Kennedy makramo
promoter Agronswell was say I didn't go and Yansa Reggie I didn't go and Yansa I didn't go and Yansa I didn't go to Yansanko. I didn't go to Yansanko. That's not Yansan. Me go be in Chessie. To rest where me Chessie. I didn't see Yansan. We say, hey, Yansan way. And she knows I pay enough to argue you. Yansan told me, there be an order question. I want to know my crew. Every hour go to the one. And you know, man of Babu, who free Yansan to maybe. And what any say, they didn't know what you are on me. And just say, and yes, I for the crew. If you know what you are you know my promo. Say, oh, God, you see, and so Marian was sent. When you're deep and pro, when you're not into your pet, when you're not into your pet, it's your auto. It's on your real one, yes, I for the crew. I didn't go to Yansanko. I didn't go to Yansanko.
Adronko Ana Jansa and Sonko Legendary Akwasi Ampo for Jena Mutin Kano Tekrama and Broda Obwa Now to new media lecture say Yasaba all of our life dream so Na ye banso dia ne aba. Ye banso dia ne aba. Nene yaba. Ye twa ye nkomudi ana wotwe atwa mu ye hyase no so. Na wotwe atwa mu ye hyase ye bon komo efa enkwagye ho. Obroni be kano salvation. It is a very huge concept in the Christian fraternity. Anya bia wo nkwaje ana na wotwe atwa mu yenya very very interesting submissions. Very 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 interesting submissions. Ede copy heaven and hell and komodie ho. Ya sam kasio. Ambassador for Christ was on your nkwaje pa or salvation. Na sa no salvation no wono. Se ujidi se Yesu Kristo abe waje obone nko ade a se ujidi se Yesu Kristo abe waje obone nko ade a. Oh, praise the Lord. Wonya nkwaje. Ne sare tie de na so obade na ne nkwaje o. Obade na no get salvation. Upon all his critical thinking, salvation party obade ni bi. And I had to ask salvation part 2. Na many opening kase be to train come over the week. Na me busane say enye bia opening kase salvation eh dear bad dear. Ono so nti asemu no. Or say your only salvation is your evolved soul. Hey. We dey just say Lema kufi danso na be chirichiri mu. Or say your only salvation is your evolved soul. Na just enye jidi asemu. Enye jidi asem kura na ye ka ho asem sisi a. Esan say a soul does not evolve just by faith or belief. Eyaduma kase pa. Or say your only salvation is your evolved soul. Odwen ho say. Or say adwen ko na nyansa nko. Enji ye be do so adwen no ahapa. Brother can komodie no ho 0208 1448180. Anase eye ye Google Meet link no noa any use senso over United States and Canada any when tua 3156364063 3156364063 Nebra we can komodie no salvation part 2 enkwaje obade na aba enti enko ahoma ne so na ye ne obade na enhia se monkomo obade na ho
baba
na empom ti say
ya jana do marakwa ye ho ye ndai What do you mean sorry na? Mo jari dia husan dia. Sana dia yo wa fanisa.
And let's say yes you know what you need me wa.
Me ni me Yesu no.
Hey, oh Yesu ahwe so ama
Yesu nhwe nipa so. Yesu wo ma asase so ne nipa te so ntina nipa ya hu no a. But the concept of Yesu no. Ehwehwe aso nana. Because ena nano me tukuni mu no. Tukuni mu se obofo no ena ma ye hu se de mere be wo no ofiri nyame kwa na se ye ne ayadwene. Say ye obofo no ena ma ye hu no ne ye hu the sign no dia. Obofo so wanto ne din Yesu, wanto ne din Jesus Christ. It where from the Yesu. They have to answer that. Na Emmanuel no so afa hene. Ye me de pese me hu no. Say Emmanuel no na nipa di na chia na ye hwa no asa mereba no me ni hu problem because ye say bofo and the kai na ye nyina nipa ya je di. But say nipa diverted that Emmanuel no. Abe ye di Yesu ti sa Yesu we no so hwan na share no ho kom. Sa Yesu we no. It's something that we have to think. And you my boy say I don't know nyansa nko. Salvation ya na wo kan. Say Yesu we ajo nko. And I would hwa say Yesu we ajo nko. Well, and you I believe, but men they me believe because ono mu na nkasa kwa some o kan we need so. Amam for sorry and no free bawilaya. Nipa bebre liar. O say Yesu no mo kan wan kaso okọ akoziesi etrabia. O promise Yesu afọ no. Ono wo mahia. No ati mo kan mo nya we na mo fan ka me. Na trabia bibi wo magya fie me kono makoziesi nya san ka man kan jem. Na ba bia me wo ma ba be fa mo. Ukọ Ghana na ukọ promise wo fa asefo se me ba be fa makọ UK. Na wan kwa wo be kono mo awuwu a. Wan ga after mo wu achi o. Woni me ne wo kasa na me ka cho se o mo wu achi no. Mo ba baby am wa ye different. Asa na me economy ko siesie na baby am won ma be fa makọ. Eye instant. So ade bi wa ye kan. Yo ni patrons na dwene se me no kasa no. Me kan ede bia asama na me kan present ade. Asama no woni atuafo ne kan wan kan jon se ho mu wuwu ansa. Wan kan sa. So ti ase. Asuafo ni nyina wu. Peter cry ye the son ne pa ni mu se won de nem tena ni wu no cry we ho cha Yesu de no. Eti eni me bi wo ho no mo a ese ye tena se ne ye hu se well media ma tena se na ma dwene ade atisi so me dwene eni ma ne sisi so John the Baptist no obofo Gabriel kro no okoka che Elizabeth no ayi anyi ani no Ezekiel also ana Ezekiel or Zachariah one of that I'm say Ezekiel what to mu no o ya wo akola ne senche ne ma ye hu ma no ba mu ni se papa no fra so de ma to mu wo mre kwa no wo piche o gina puppet so wo ye san wo de pone asore no but ada ye wo ne ba no na no te wo twere ne ba di din no that's a sign wo twere ne ba di din no wie ye so ye be fra no say no ampa so akola no aye din ansesa besinde we sa bofo kure ya na koka kire mere nti sa bofo no na no ye mienu Osi wo wo oba benyi ne be friend Emmanuel as a chene say twa di ampo Nyankopon no ne mo wo ho ne ye da so te ho nti no waso mo obi amana be kan ye ho wa afa de e concert na gira kra ye nim ye Emmanuel no kra bi ye moso adani Jesus Christ it me no dey that's my and am me nyin because as ya sesa ade no ade no esenka ye di akire no as ya sesa na ma me Jesus wo mo kire say bia me de kwaku manu ya me de wo say ya mbedu abroche ya ye frame me ade bia na Jesus ye be kirim say bia Yesu otu kwa akọ Egypt no anka ye penaku no he ansese ne din no Emmanuel no bia anka Pharaoh be kunu ana bibisa na ye sesa no Jesus wo mo kirim otase ne ye nkiremu pa ma ye hu de ye ya Jesus Christ no ba ye dia ena ne ta no kra na the letter J so ni any alphabet mu kra mpo the den na samre no obenya Jesus enti nana aye asem sebe na nkwaje no aye ka no twesem no wo aka om se Yesu awu age nkwa ba twesem no wo yi ba bia na wo afa twesem no anso se hwe mikra makatua me de bro bia se de na adwuma sitie wanka se Yesu na be defend wo adwuma What ya zazi no dear? Oko an robin would think was a someone, and only a shesso. Obi so te ha no ye papa. When you can what their boy here for, a kuna for. What the dimmer will be dear, or only the end ye shesso. No one so could dear who know we are, and yes, yes, so much defending what we are, not I be defending will be on also ye papa. And then cafe and can young woman. It's a chess, no. I won't dear channel. Say I want monk, I was say, share with the crammer catia. Na mere bantam me di bro bia se di wadwuma anka se Yesu na ebe yi wadwuma ma anka se Yesu na ebe yi wafri bibia mu wa anye wadwuma ya obi meti anu mo ya sesi ame no kaza meti ho no mu security me di wochema nkakra ehun akatua na ye de be ma me obi so ye yi support work ehun akatua na obeje obi so wo bank obi ye nurse obi ye doctor eti sadia Christopher afa ne se Yesu no ni concrete yi ma wo mo no a wo mu bibia okokari di akwa ma wo no I'm say, Tino or no, I no crowd catch on some more bedroom catches him in because they don't understand. Or Montaigne may be crassy. They run home dinner. Obi Basu says you have Timothy. Timothy and we years to die. Timothy, what years you are nanti. And Timothy no says, I know Conco one so our yarn and your funky can. I then a Paul and walk seek advice, a free no. Ama pora kache ne se ne yefun kakanti no wonom sade kaka kesa won konkon na kache no anasan kana se tumi bi e hye ni mu no e ma no hu ne so wo ye ne wo de sa ne ho yade but okọ poro ho aporo so yefun kika poro odu ba bi so dia a wo suro nkrofo wo ho no anhwa wo mu bebrim no sese no okobra wo mu nsa sensa no munye wa de one ne nam ne de on de on twa de ano odin kakra because yefun yade wo ne so because when they were studying, we say, hey, what book are one piano? You see, Calabule, Azani, be free. Hey, now last be no many madam for be cast, and I'm saying, Azan, free to every come for noche. A year, na man, you know, what's all cast and the four boom, no man you are here back on. Adan na nkosi mampon hene so ankosi obi aso kosi kwa yi o se tutu aye na danfo ne na aye na danfo one opes wodi nkrofo so opes wo ka manfo nyina na wode na be hye wo mase because wo ko hunu ba bi na wane na nam an wode na ba ene wo so oba o tumi oba be kan ya bom na wa ye yi ahemfo ne nyina atwa ahia atana se wo command amatika gwa no firi soro aba eba enti corruption here chance anya no I kra no wa koroto because ahemfo no wo ho no mo no sam na mampon hene bantman hene ofenso hene dwaben hene hwan hene no nyina atwa ahia enso na damfo no twotwo mu two ne no koba o wie ya was okay o madi wo mo so de ne onso ko dwabe ayi ko agona na onso ko di hene wo wo infront antimamu na o man no ba ayi ahini so wo ba bi the corruption the word corrupt no nana if you see a check and the media kakra metimi aka ne say emre dru say ye critical thinkers wadwe no anya media ma no mane na wutrim na wo fa dwene niema bi ma niema bi nsisi so ma e ma obi nwene ma me de ya mekan me nkasa fa me de ne say ye concrete evidence say so so tie me ma wo wadwe nkasa nkyerɛ so wadwe nkasa kyerɛ wa nana na say wo ya ade bi na ye mistake ya it so how but wo be tufo no be cho say ye say ya na say ade no kwaya wrong way to me how sa say kana mpese me ye ni say yo won say na wakoma na waka kyerɛ na nka say ka ye ni say na okotie jitem bia na how but so wa wo ye na ye fault a nana e how kora nche na fruit mu na fruit mu eti media me kana me nka kyerɛ say fa no concrete but media dem afa no as a concrete evidence for me eti won so no de wadwene no e dawtrim ma ne nya adwuma ma wo say enkoba say ene obi ekotwa obi board dia ama won de yakoje no 14 years na won so se nipa dom 12 nipa 12 ede won kosi obi abrofo mo wan kan kyen maboja na mo de mo dia that time no ho afa ho adi na akọ na kan kyen se won se nipa de wa nwiada ho boni bia ni ne ho na mo na de otwa obi board dia no ede na kotum de won de yekrofo a na it doesn't sound well to me.
Okay, all right.
Because and then what you no ko no oni atuafo du mienu ko si obi afo mu wi abro ko ka straight ko de no be kwa koma prisifo straight nipa mienu ma bojafunu ma wi abro yedwe obi awe 33 kwa 36 betem na ni 36 e duro lo nka o Enti nana kakra metumi aka ne sɛ wo a wo fi sɛ ɔno na ɛbɛgye wo nkwa na mmom ɔno wawu ato hɔ ama wo ɛnyɛ bɔne ma wo nyɛ me na me nso na mebɛgye wo nkwa madwuma a meyɛ na ɛgye me nkwa nti wowɔ adwuma a woyɛ no sɛ wode ɔnhwɛ so nyɛ na afi sɛ yesu no na bɛdifɛnde wodi bɔne sɛdeɛ no yɛ koraa no a wonya paa mu ka sɛ makra no magye nkwa ne yesu ne bɛsave a it's up to you because obiaa wɔ ne so nti wo so no sɛ saa na wode a wopɛ sɛ yesu ɛdu hɔ na wɔfɛli a ɛndeɛ nyɛ masɛm ba medeɛ deɛ menim ne sɛ wo nnwuma w'adwuma a wobɛyɛ wɔ asase yi so no ɛho akatua ɛna wɔregyeɛ
okay all right then ɔba deɛ yɛbɛde wase ɛwɔ initial nhyɛmu a wɔyɛ dɛ bɛyɛ wode ama yɛn no yɛbɛkɔ brako fi so ɛfiri brako fi so a ne yɛakɔ nana sika so brako fi wɔ
hello papa
sɛ bɔkɔ deɛ
bɔkɔ wedeɛ mpanyimfoɔ sorry manya some kata bi kakra just lack of sleep in the last few days into the voice. I know you're a bit croaky, but Samotimin Kandia, I'm happy to be here. Yes.
Na kata no any flu nana and I different.
Charlie, I've been named a difference more. Charlie, that be my only illness in this life, and thank God to that. At least once a year, be there some small cold be they come. After that, then we are free to do. So I call it my cleansing period.
Yeah. Me can say Ghana no na unya sa bia ne wo pro code on
it is our nature. Yes, pro code. Okay, wow.
Ana no more back another code back bi so ho another one code back bi so ho anyway yeto nkan de na just say bit ma to adwumadi no so fefefe right
always and Mr. Alex me pese obo ufie din treme pa metio na waka you've waka makoma me pacho ufie din at the same
about nana
okay me fie din me maame ene papa de to me de osai akwasi na omo wo me ne tete ho no yase na ye dabone on sa tete ho no omo di kwasi denti na ye kwasi denti no ya de ade ne so so ntu nzen kwala abrem no ya wo ne yase wo de ade no a om de huruwa na om ya ade ne ade yoyo nti no enam za wo mpe no na asa wusu nti na abeka ho nti no me fa ne sa ade no ankasa de amanfo ni me mo nti no o hwa ade no na abrochi nyina akra na ewo me krata so me ko school nyina ade but me fie din pa dem de osaya kwasi
me da wase pa nti si ye share me tumi fro bra osaya kwasi
ana brother nyina
okay brother thank you so much na brother me pa cho we say and some now all kind of dream wo ho
that's right
said yeah o expressing no bet me expressing wo English more said yeah me expressing it wo dream wo ho but the person me busa say he fana unya umume free efie ebusua anase ebia ohimfie anasa himfie na unya we say e free any history no
history well history with school okay kama me go school na me best subject history and geography me the ko elementary tete one elementary de na ya mo kira de parent na me say na me wie no me call secondary school kakra be 1 year ho no na me yes history and geography no na me na me brase minya secondary school no na wo de me call she Kumasi Technical Institute KTI na me call electrical engineering technician ndi me free one na me de call Pole ndi me wie Pole no na aja the first year service na ya ma me so I dem back to Germany me my first year service ma anya me second year service and I'm the best in Germany. A few hundred the yaka a contumer will be best a baha.
It's we say knowledge in any winyansa any
you know
church and inspiration if for never.
Well I can they met me a kaka can say sometimes Niana I do much a DB and I do much a DB or honoma. On them ate bi ho no ma me hu se de me sin ka no enam se me ye history and geography institute ne ya na metai epe history and geography book ekenkan ena me say tu kwa kakra nso bedru Germany no sa me na ja ya bra Jehovah Witness Lawrence enti ya no na ye de betra mu enti na esa me de me ho bo sa ankrofo no enti me de me ho bo wo mo over 15 years na mani gi asore no fi se me wo Ghana na ye fie ne ye ko me nana ne me maame ne mu nyina Assemblies of God ba me ba ya na me hwe mu no se de enkola akra ubisa mo question edru Wednesday enkola no na ye nkyerɛkyerɛ na mpanyimfo otie wia ne ato question ama na me hu se Assemblies of God da bia nipa ba ko no ye sofo no kwa na se wo kenkan na ke se ye nsua hwe nti mama ni gi wo mu nti me ne wo nante ya 15 years but edru me bi na madwen mu sa bi e na me sa hya ase ebusa question wo sa bible ya
Yes, sir.
yeah nti no me ne ya yi what is saying the man mi ja asore no me ne ayi Canadians mienu bi white me ne wo mo konkyerɛkyerɛ ye koya na wo mo atam obonsam asi ho na obonsam ye daadafo obonsam torofo na wo mo aka da bia ye konkyerɛkyerɛ na wo mpɛ so wo mo bɔ ho na mbusa ho sɛ ɛhɔ no koraa na ne yɛ wɔ nipa korɔ hɔ a yɛkɔ kyinkyi yɛkɔ pirikyi yɛ no na nkɔfa saa akɔhwɛ no baa nam sɛ no mente asɛm bi ase asɛm a mente ase no da biara no ɔmo concept na ayɛ sɛ ɔbonsam yɛ torofoɔ papa bɔ no woka yɛ abonsam wɔ ani torɔ ɔka kyerɛ sɛ na moyɛ woyɛ mo ani bɛbie enti no woka bible no ɔhu sɛ onyankopɔn bɔɔ nipa wɔama yɛ ataadeɛ ɔsɛ ne yɛ daadagya wɔn ani bie na ɔmo fɛreɛ no onyankopɔn busa wɔn sɛ yɛ daadagya ahɔnom a instantly no nyame yɛ ntoma ɔyɛ adeɛ de kata wɔn ho eti hɔnom no wɔn ani ebi ampa ɛtɔ so no nyankopɔn ɛto so ɛka kyerɛ ɔka sɛ hwɛ ɛnɛ deɛ hwɛ sɛ nipa ayɛ sie mu bi wɔn ahu papa ne bɔne which means sɛ nyame bɔɔyɛ no ampa ne yɛ nim papa ne yɛ nim bɔne nti ne yɛ nim nyansa nti ne yɛ nte sɛ wɔ no because ne nyame nim papa ne wɔ nim bɔne but now ɔka kyerɛ sɛ ɔkreti yɛ sɛ yi wɔ no a ne ɛhɔ no ɔbonsam ani torɔ bonsam so ka se yɛ yɛ a ne yɛni bɛbie ne yɛbɛyɛ sɛ onyankopɔn ka bible no a Genesis wɔ hɔ enti hɔ no onyankopɔn akɔmfɛ mu enti deɛ na kyerɛ sɛ kyinkyina wɔ bonsam yɛ daadaafo torofo a da bia yɛkɔ preaching a yɛ a no wɔtaa ka saa asɛm no na atare yɛ hyɛ no yɛ a wahyɛ kootu yi so nyame anyɛ ama yɛn onyame ɔbonsam ka se yɛni bɛbie ampa yɛni abie yɛtumi yɛ atare hyɛ kaa ne yɛde nam a yɛde kɔ preaching kaa no nso so no nyame anyɛ ka ama yɛn yɛne ebi a yɛne nipa adwene ne yɛtumi ehunu ne ayɛ ka ne yɛde tram ne tumi de yɛkɔ fast eti ɔbonsam tro odi yɛ sɛ yɛadwene yɛni bɛbie no ɛne deɛ nyene me kan ya no asa nyame asa no mente ase asa George you have been in the church for you said this and that now as if say oh ya na me hu say ho no ayɛwɔ no asa me ya ene wo mo ya yɛ yi na me twa so efiri wo mba me se ma yɛ busy mo ka se yɛn kɔ yi nsɛn kam se ma yɛ busy no ana me digya efiri wo ma ankɔ bi mu say no mo de mo pesa mo ka kyerɛ nkrɔfoɔ no ana ɛyɛ right dia ade nti na wo mo yɛ nyɛ mpɛsɛmpɛsɛ mu ne yɛ hu de ne de ɛyɛ right enti wɔn yɛ ya wɔn ba bɛ mpire no amanko bi wɔn ma mefrɛ bi so man si congregation bi wɔn ma no madam for anam ne no kwa so na wɔn abusa no George is not coming to congregation nowadays why na ma ka kyerɛ no so wɔn ka kyerɛ sɛ ma nyɛ adwumanfoɔ edu da yɛ de ba congregation ha na me yɛ adwuma me kyɛ papers saa me bɛ adwuma me bɔ me papers saa edu ayi a kɔgye papers anwuma na me de hyehyɛ letter box mu makɔ adwuma aba no me nsa mmra congregation wɔ mmerɛ kɔ asɛm a mo ka na ɛntɔma so enti wo nua me sɛ adom akyɛdeɛ sometimes no o wadwene no wɔ hɔ no mu a na emu ebie wo nyiri kɔ no nti na wohwɛ wɔ mo hwɛ asɛm no koraa wɔ se na first fa na me kasa sɛ abɔfra na ɛnɛ deɛ manyini enti wo nyiri kɔ no adwene no ɛsɛ wo make good use of it sɛ wo wotumi bie adwene no mu wɔ nneɛma bi mu enti me nua wo busa me a me so me da ase me sɛ kakra metumi akyerɛ mu ano
Wow, we need a kakra emodu pa, and it's me to understand your background because me who are there about me so obi can be a be bet me it's here and a be an answer now on a corner cano onu super so unyebi and I say onu super say baby free buy and into where me beside what me in terms of how you ended up having this amazing mind. So, and unsam na o kan you know, you used to word adwene the word mind where you used to utimi say a hono and a yet probably apart from having good health and life, you know, and the basic needs for our lives, you know, adwene area for our soul, you know, as I say, you develop, and you know, focus now with the margin, you know, I inspire me to understand you more. So now we say Sisia onkwa but debena o year to keep your mind, and I say be your spirit, you know, clear of wrongdoing and being a good person as you are now. No, debena o year.
I think I may end there, and I miniano boy, you be said, I drank one in Yansanko. One said, we are. I drank in your developer, Unya bro 8 years, maximum 10 years, who had the papa who had the bonnet. So I call her, Obon said, Uyam from Soka Crabby, whom I may bar now, papa, but no, who no done it. We'll get Ube ya dear no man about 2, so Unyan 8 years. But Unya free 8 and not 10 years going. I didn't know catch us idea away any. And ye tell one of them, ya didn't know your manual. Idea, ye piano, say your papa, say your bonio, a catcher. I didn't know I rotate you on both positive and negative.
Yes, sir.
I did be a walk of piano. Why do you know better say? Better the positive side, not show negative side. And he walk as a being, and as all decided which one you have to choose. I mean, but I'm saying I don't know and mommy the positive and then the negative thinking. Now, me I'm who say a nipa what now person will live good. My papa knows so abrabo. Me yet then ye nipa ye so obey your bonnet dear. But I'm not bonnet and no so abrabo. So when you're 70% positive life, now when you're about 30%, at least you are safe. At least 100%, but when into when you are 70 or 75 positive, then the wrongdoing, you know, by 25. I'm saying, 10 be a rubon say, we live we free will be PM, and I said, indeed, I'm saying, men quite about at the mind, you know, Yameno, me did this, men quite about me did this, or Yami or who. Because and so every day over quiet and so I am a position when I'm on the air. Over cannot and so be a cannot be popiaco simfina and beautiful so over cannot walk a cracker now by but me pass as is car coin will be the year, a dime will be next year, car will over when I and you may be brave. But sir, I dear no man who know I be mammy live like in so any in Rianomono. Minimum what the baby has it. And to me say you will be, but what ye superior being anyone and you was some demanding who met me who know. But may respect it, say, Bibi Sour. And it's a Bibi no respecting on Honosono, a boy, mammy a day. Mina, I didn't. Yes,
na obadeɛ saa biribi no sɛnea simple Christopher ama no ayɛ simple ama ɛne yɛ Jesus ya o
Papa me chiro mu sɛ me kwa asɔre ne bio nyɛ sɛ me nka obi da nyɛ sɛ me nyɛ Kristo ni da my Assemblies of God ni be Jehovah Witness but I won't say adeɛ bi a wusua no na so do wadwene ton sɛ contradiction wo mu anase bi nim ayi okɔ book no mu a yenua yi Thomas James ne nkrɔfoɔ bi wɔ hɔ a wɔn twɛ Bible akɔ Google na wobɛhu sɛ wɔn books wɔ hɔ even John or the saying even Judas you can find the book of Judas in Google but yamfa bi ama ade ntina yakofa Timothy a wanhu Yesu wɔde na anante ade ntina sɛ yakofa Paul enwoma ama ne de ɛbɛdɔso wom Peter wɔne ne nante ye duru baabi a ye nyina ye gidi sɛ wo defend Yesu wɔtwe sika atwa aso kora ma Yesu ka so mfa nkyɛw ne book ye 2 1 Peter 2 Peter but go to Paul wɔne na anante a ono wasi kwanso na Damascus kwanso na ni bi kasa che na ni fra ya okọ Ananias so eti Ananias no ehunhum na wura ni mu a otimi be ye de ese wo ya na se Yesu hunhum no wo kọ no kasa suafo no nkonkotwen no entimi enwura suafo no mu am wo man twere more than Ananias hunhum a hodo de no nana is and American say niam ni bi wo ho a wadwen no spirit no a kasa kyerɛ wa de open no afa me de sa na madwena kasa kyerɛ me na spirit akasa kyerɛ me ntino nana o mama na yɛ simple o betumi ayɛ simple ma o ba sɛ o mo ene nante ye no nyina yɛ ka asɛm fa no ho ne ade e bia nka magye adi but o mo nyina yɛ yi o mo de na firi mu ne yakɔfa ade foforo ɛna o twɛ ngoma kɔma Galatians o twɛ ngoma kɔma Philippians o twɛ kɔma yi just ayɛ meti wonu mu na mate asɔre ɛwɔ safi de metwa message fo nko me ko tibi wo da gomba me hwɛ da gomba for life de metwa ma wo ko me ko ayi a boliga a wo mo wi sebe nkran a me nko kakra ma ho asɛm ho de me ka wo boliga beboa wo mo no ɛno na meka enti no concert na me de beto no enko ye the same say as a Christo me foundation akoye ba ko ama sa ayi no a metete nsɔre ana metete ko ho no nyina enti no sana mimi hu Paul no ntwere ye ne niema ni bi enti am say but all the same no nyedi nyina nso na ye bad e bi wo no ma aye nwoma ye tan away ye kai books bebre ye fa nyansa wo aye nwoma ofa de ye nyansa ma wo no wa fa na wo de bobra ne be ye ya but se wo mo de hye ye se wan fa Yesu no nko ade a wayira na wo nko ba bia no enna me de me nyintum se wan fa Yesu no nko a na wan hu Yesu ese wono no kra no agye nkwa ana se wono ani nyame no a ene de me nyintum because onyankopon no o koka se Yesu ye nyankopon no wa degrade nyankopon because ye hu bonsam ye hu ni da the how can say ye be hu nyame physical like human being bonsam no e tese o pese o yese bonsam no kwa be ye great change nyankopon ena bonsam no so no se ye komo a wonim nyankopon e che ye wonim Yesu che ye a Christopher me ye wo me how many years ni afa na manya 55 years obonsam o hodadada Job time eti Job time no onyankopon trans was it there be no share na ma no obonsam so ko bi eti ohonom no onyankopon Yesu ye ko hu no obonsam ko hu nyankopon ena Yesu no so wo mo a create no so pass as so was it after 40 days fasting obonsam ko so no hwe obonsam ko so na hwe no wan kan gentu onyame was it so ye onyame ba dan abodo dan we abodo na fadi ena was it nye abodo nko na nipa de betena ase eti no obonsam no oni mo nyame da wono kra na pam no abia niamo ho eti se nyina gitum se wo ye bone aye niamo ho no pam no ma no ba asase su dia wa so wa be hu no wa asase su so wo ye nipa na wo so ba friend one friend se wo nyame no wo ba friend se wo ye nyame ba no there are certain things na make us a group maybe ya dwen no dey dream no ye nya ye nyusu wo the officer kina wo ye nyame ba ma I mean I don't mean me nyintum me side there me nyintum say because me compare sa na we me enu kra na otimi hu say a contradiction room because sabon sam no am ye whom God is and who Jesus is so what tell me John
waka say benya bun sam kan we will never know who God is and such a powerful statement so be tibebiness or that statement and if it wasn't for the devil we will never know God because a bit could conceive so many controversies so a bit me I will Nema be brave, but what can you so boldly because you have gone beyond the Bible. Just as a former Jehovah's Witness and Assemblies of God member, which means that you've obviously read parts of the Bible, no? And after reading them, no, Amawo, what you know, any questions, and these questions, so if you answer what can what you know any more, no. You are now even able to make sense of things independently, minus the Bible. And what can some be brave without even making a quote, too many quotes from the Bible. So, but every question be able to say according to the Gospel of maybe Matthew chapter this. So that's the critical mind. Hasn't been developed. It's still learning. You're right. And Yabun Sama, like we will never know God and will never know Jesus.
Okay.
And
Koso.
What do you mean, Koso?
Na kawa se mi ne hwe ne ma na si camera.
Papa, me miss a question which way be.
Oh, so busa. Okay, all right then. Busa.
Black coffee, the sexy voice, Michiao.
Oh, Nana Missy Menya called you Ghana near friend Qatar. Yeah, Missy.
Michiao Benchia more than the man. And
Amen.
about the evolving man. Also about the evolve. About the Benchia more than the man. And our papa smiley so Papa Michiao.
Yo, yet your question, Nasika.
Yo, coffee, Nami Pacific, this I say. Oshe share some na your friend Bible na me ankasa no ye wo me tomato this efie nti mission house na menyini ye
Matthias here.
nti menyini ye no me ne me ma me ye na ye fatra downward Methodist church wo di chem so
Okay.
do Saturday bia Anthony be ya sore no ye na e pepper sore dem mo nti no e ba Kristo so mu a oyi me sinche ye ni mu pa
Matthias here minia.
na mpese bibisa say according to Tresem, a free Genesis, adequacy revelation.
Yes, sir.
And Patrobet Maxim may be a chester when some ekum nipa.
Oh, Nana. Yay. Oh. Nana, Charlie, thank you, Papa. Medasi said the way invited me. Nana, Abun some days no record would say what could be you.
Yo, Nampacho from Genesis to Revelation, you bet me actually maybe a chester Yankopon ekum nipa.
Ah, Nana. And no part there's a make ABA met my heart go for, but evidence no doors so say radical nipa be pray.
Aha. And the end of the massing busy here.
Oh, okay. All right then. You, Kofi.
Yes, sir.
Mahu sɛ one ɔbada no na abɔ nkɔmmɔ kakra fa but yɛnkɔ anim kakra na yɛhwɛ nneɛma
Of course.
na si camera sɛdeɛ mehyɛ aseɛ kae me ne ɔpani kɛseɛ bi twetwe nkɔmmɔ kakra over last week na ɔka kyerɛ me sɛ the only salvation that you can ever have is your evolved soul. Saa asɛm a ɔpani yi ka yi me nua wodwen ho sɛ
Saka sentence in the
or say your only salvation is your evolved soul.
Your only
salvation is your evolved soul.
Perfect. And that's why I wanted to hear the word go ahead. And thank you for the emphasis on the word only. So very significant. Salvation and I come from a background to be at Sherman near maybe and so people who how I got to know I can always point where I get some of my wisdom from. But said here now brother Alex Ekano and brother there Ekano. So we do baby a chain here quotes. I dream no epistati I think independently. I'm a and somehow be kind of crumble trade be crumble by one say, hey, me not because I same way. Wow. So now salvation always you use English word always mekai or mami no mokasa say English language, a very, very, very recent language. So now there is a field of study from etymology, the beginning of words, how words are formed. So now how words are formed, it is so important that we even have alphabets, and these alphabets were drawn from nature. So when are happening for nature, noise and those kind of things, that is how we drew our alphabets. Into the word salvation, so back into what it really means. It means to salvage something. Into Mefan say garden, and I say a farmer, and one day Obeko farm no. Ebiashe onyema crops the ebiashe, but you can resuscitate them. You're trying to salvage the pieces, so and you are discarding the ones that you cannot salvage. So many a times, yeah, Christian and maybe Islamic teachings, it talks about salvation. So it is somebody who is going to come from somewhere. That is the impression that we have. What kind of salvation? Will be better say, if you're Jesus, if we sorrow, but and then he'll come and say, you are good, so I'm going to put you in fire for life. You're good, so I'm going to put you in heaven with gold and honey and milk. Go here. We are bad into call a way forever. So that means Jesus has become the judge, the one who's meant to be pure and holy. No, all of a sudden he's become a judge, and he's so wicked that he can push people towards fire for eternity, and he can push other people towards joy for eternity. And the Bible, that's the understanding, right? Into salvation, it means Jesus is going to come. Muhammad in Sukkah, or see somebody will come and judge people, and some will be taken to heaven or salvation, so they'll go to heaven. But Usha said here, brother Alex Ekano, the mind, let's put away Christianity and all this. Let's just come to life as it is. As a human being, you are adjune, you are akoma, and you are body. So, and within the body, you are emoja, a fat, your body, and all these areas, they influence the way we think. Okay, so regardless of God, and I say Christianity or Islam, we still have independent thoughts that we can have without thinking of God first. So says you see, and make us say, oh, watching out, me say if I'm because I deal with Sainsbury's, I mention it everybody once and I'll say it because that is my will, that is my free will, it is my choice. So because of that, said the brother Alex today, so Obi, you say, what you know? It is filled with other people's opinions. So, and at the same time, filled with maybe some of your opinions. But Omajunene is filled more with other people's opinions, and they become quite negative in a way. So, brother Alex Gabibi said percentage-wise, at least when you're 70% positive thinking and 30 crampana, 30 you can work around it. So to salvage the mind, which may have a lot of negatives and positives, we go into our own selves. So maybe you say questions, hey, so what do I do that is probably bad? And you say, oh, sometimes maybe when you are angry, you overreact. So not what you okay, how do I become a better person? So he said, brother Alex Ekano, the real salvation, and as you've also asked, Papa, the real salvation is being able to salvage all the good things within you, your mind, and continuously building upon that to outweigh the negatives. So that's how I'll put it.
Okay.
So, yes, I'm kind of dream. I'm kind of say, Abia, overcall inside any word name. Yema, why ya, Abia, a papa no. Obe bomode now, Abia, what focusu, and also, and eventually, adrenaline, a bit condition, and it will start doing more good than the bad. And that is what I think salvation is ultimately, bro.
Okay.
Yes.
All right then. Thank you very much. Confidence. So now yentie na nasika enso we ya Rasbi enso ehonum. Nasika or say the only salvation you can ever have is your evolved soul. What would you say?
Papa. If I told me maybe so awesome.
Busamie.
Papa, asema I say mood pa and I own
Obi na kan you know. Se bibia ni ase.
Obi dey na kan.
Some see me no open even di nkomo. Ana wa
Brother Ishmael ana.
Me see me no open even na kan ya na wo kan asase we kire me say your only salvation is your evolved soul.
Papa, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah,
open the mini di nkomo na friend no Madam Angelina Ayi.
Mami ya jo.
Ni di no.
Madam Angela Aye.
Angelina Aye.
Aye. Mame Aye. Pacho baby I will be as old here with the enche more than pa the mouth. Michelle pa, Mame. Wajumudo, Oyo Batampa. Oyo Batampa. Papa, no crack.
Nana answer Obekasado. Sama Mino. Minua. Say Ushiana. Bro. And so now Oka when Obeka a million times. And I like the way he said her statement has made you feel the lady from afar. It means that you guys are connected. One day, but Modena Papa Emma Unshiano. Why Mama Meshiano now? You're a lovely lady in real life. Why? God bless you, Nana. Yes.
Papa, as some no answer. Say as some Mr. Metis Asamu Yacho, Papa. But it's Asam weeping. Na obi asa si no papa na chese ahyenema
okay
papa mesese yefunu a owo ye maame ayi no sa yefunu no ehranka sa yefunu no
ami
papa ewiase no se yeti ewiase papa ye fe bibi entiase ya understanding so oti bibi ase a papa so utu ho anamon a onye den omre papa the chance asase so yati or say ye evolve nipa ye evolve from stages, from one stage, second stage, third stage to say yawo do baby papa si be fifi now evolve no o de ba ye aka nkasa mu a na cha sensan bi kosu omu the science science na kosu omu no sa na o se eyi ne ho adi wo stu ene wo ban mu papa so kan o mo twe osem na o se mi sua no na me dwen se den
abofra
abofra ba me nyini ye what ya say eti esa na te nipa ye evolve enti asama ye ma me dia betu dwane papa e ne kure todo a chinye bie ni ho ena o evolve no so a papa ema onyoma ekosu ye because onye stagnant it is sebe ensu a eta baby on se ensu stagnant a na yihwa na pantonton o me virus ba o evolve a de bia no nyine na okoso nti me maame no eya adwen 100%. Papa na memfa akonya osesa minchia menua ade ai alias obade nana ana yesa na
ai obade nana mununkum
papa enne wakasa papa obade temenka papa wakasa da okasa ba enne se ni wosi a cheche nyuma mu wonya tubuase papa mu ebiebie kese wadwa ntati am yehu ntati anso no kese we piepie mu kakran me yenyire yehu obade koswa na fasa anchechewi fakoksoa yetawachi papa because on cheche no se menye obi am ye conscious bukwa na atoma komaso atoba koma so chese ncheche no papa aka makoma sana meka no because on pese usua dia ncheche a obo ade de mai papa obetini tapu bibi afim na de ya ha me ne se papa me ye emna na me ye Kristo ni no ho papa ceremony asem kana asem it makes sense men fasem no because it's not coming from Christian point of view but asema ceremony can also it makes sense but men
okay
then am I limited to baby am one Bible no kwa men person metri bia fa nkrimofo that's how far we can be brainwashed in one way or other. What means only sebe Hindu ni and Hare Krishna ni it makes sense. But because we've limited ourselves to one side, we cannot even open up a buyer, we condemn it. Papa, and the air man, a banner, and say, Papa, and Pimby, and Nana, me Christian, so me can't trust him now. We can't trust him with my heart. With my heart.
What kind with your heart?
I can't with my heart.
And I said, saying,
Papa, me can't trust him with my heart. Be what trust him, Nibiano. Me fan automatically, and I add emotions to it. Me can't trust him with my brain, but I can't trust him with my brain. I can assess how don't. The way it doesn't make sense, way it makes sense, way it doesn't make sense, way it makes sense. Papa, my mom found to him. You see, David, at the enjoying, my father said 100 echo the D. And they will jump back a ride. David, age is 99, echo 50, will jump back on a wire. Na me fa say abeg David buy no ko so ojan ba ko pe no iran o buy na 99 is why era papa does it make sense
on say me the anyway me said yeah o fa e honom no on the surface of the pink sheet no there it doesn't make sense, right? But you see a story be let's go beyond that. But beyond the surface, no, right? One say ye we man say bia ye obi twesi ni a ebi wo hono mo a ye fan say omugina ahase, right? Na omaka say omukọ baby, right? Ubehu ano ye fan say bia omugina asomase yes omukọ atonsu, right? Ubehu na ye twa na omugina atonsu meboa. As to kwaya omufa so a omukọ atonsu no say wo anhu meboa. So omo de car na call you so omo fa afom so de you sinini ye twa afiri meboa. Okay, in that story no sebia David wodi enwa no kwohye baabi mu ana wodi dwa odija ne yonko nwan shepherd ne yonko shepherd bi. I will never know. But what I pick out of that story and it said the America for Kana one say there be you don't leave anyone behind. So what is America for Casa as another? Whatever happened in between, say what nija will be, say one friend will be, say would ya and I will never know because you and I, we were not there. If we think say he left them out there in the opener, it's our guess that we are making. If we guess say they moved from Atonsu to Aswanse with the bicycle, with an aeroplane, and the car, hey, you and I, we are only guessing. And what I can pick out of that, that is what matters to me. What's my point, Nasi? Me say, don't leave anyone behind. Say the America for Kana. Don't leave anyone behind. That is what I've explained to you.
Me make us a logic and common sense, no. So we could enjoy 100. That's about quiet. I will never leave 99 behind and go and look for the one.
Okay, all right. One say, logic and common sense. I think last week, I made mention of a certain quotation about logic and common sense. Video so. I mean, what's it? Very, very, very interesting. Metwase say open say the logic and idea by ana juma. But papa when you movie ni din ya na ne bonu ya meden kakra but me try na ma hwese metimi aba. Oh na papa yin fa no afa sisi okay, all right. Or say asa hero. Okay. Nanesika Mary Hama, right? What the cost of Mary Hamas is here, can catch because it's so the logic, nay, you mammy boy.
Well, Papa, I ain't logic in family. No matter be, and that's okay as part of it.
Okay.
Papa, all say we humans, we are limited beings. Try to understand our limited beings. The chance, Papa, man, for we am fat home. Papa, all say moi. Papa, we took us away, Shana.
There will be young as I into Cosso. Why?
Papa, all say moi, say, it's a baby, I want to come out with you. Obon say, do baby, able to come and to me, should be the no, whoa, come on, to one side, sir. Oh, Tiasia, what do you call Pamokaman? Can't judge me, dear Gadoyano, no Pamokaman. I feel. Come on, call Bessa Bijam, up to Sa. Whoa. Come on, sending Yakopo see or Mosamuano. They have eyes, but they cannot talk. By any pan, you any, but you look a criminal walk, third eye, no. Who said, Papa, ono krama ti fie na so ne ejamo ti fie. Na se ejamo ane kasa. Papa dey na be fili. Ohun be duru be dwane mpoka na me boa. Because they didn't see that.
Okay.
Sanity. And see, there are certain things that is beyond us that we cannot understand. Numa Buwa is beyond us. Certain Numa Buwa is beyond M1, they can never talk. But they can see. We can talk, but it's not anything a bit me either.
Okay, all right. And as or say, a mind or logic is like a knife or blade. It bleeded that the hand that used it. What you say, Kasem?
Papa, Fabra Chi Muna Mentia say.
And then I'm found Kofi that's all the way tree on the way Yana. Kofi, or say a mind or logic is like a knife or blade.
A mind or logic is like a knife or blade.
Yeah, the hand that used it bleeds. And he kind of say.
The hand that uses it bleeds.
That's right.
On say blade, blade away, just by itself. And so usum, and so order to palm. Your palms and you squeeze it out, it will cut you, maybe. Yes, a blade itself, right? If you put a blade in your palm and you squeeze it, it will definitely cut you, right? But so with 2 fingers, a sum from the tiny side, and you can dangle it and it will not cut you, right? So it's a wonderful allegory. Says if the mind is just one way of thinking, eventually it can explode, and we may miss out on certain wisdom that we are meant to get. You understand? Just as simple as that. That's how I'll put it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Nice one, Kofi. In another way, no. Nanasika. One say, "O say kan u use ofie." So, say o handle.
Papa, I say kan ni fanum.
O say kan na e wo fie na o use no aduane na. So, say enye all blade all round me boa.
Sanam tie.
Handle or me boa.
Papa papa mentia say na akwa adwen a use logic
enkwano sa
ni enimu na
David yes anete akwa se sekan a any handle ni sekan ni nsa ni nyina sekan ni nyina ye blade. There's no safety.
Yes.
Enti adwen a why na adwen say logic enkwano de be ye adwuma no eti se sekan a any handle eno ba bia ye blade enti na and so would be one a bit child.
To my big child, definitely. That's why I even use the blade as the example.
Oh, okay.
The blade you.
And logic and quantity the ejuma.
And Papa also me no kasa me catch or say logic in quantum be ejuma because beje sunsumunyo makaka so bi.
Okay.
To extent, but me too much inclined into sunsumunyo man be bracer. But being an African na enyoma kakra me akasa me call Ghana no, I witness it. I have evidence to that effect no. Emma me hu say sebe se da or se tuprumu ewiase ne na hɔ kwa bibi wɔ hɔ something is there but as in no or come to my side in logic and common sense in kwanye adwuma I believe in spirituality as well.
Okay.
Sir.
Okay. All right then.
All right.
You. Nanesika. Any for ano to any uncle rasbin so. Why?
Papa, enti me dem anoto no. Em se me nua rasbi a oba ho man sui. Papa, that is why foforo ana me boa.
Ah, ras badwimba.
Oh, ras badwimba. Oh, yo ras, ye mo akwa aba ye hu wache. Oh, ka so ache. Ah, ye hu wache. Ye mo akwa aba. Enti se ras aba so dia, ras badwimba aba. Papa, me ma me kasa nwa bebre. Me je fidi kese ni na me dia ma me nua
ras no akabi. All right, thank you very much. Openi a waka asma me kan no your friend no Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore. Ni din no.
It's Tagore. Yes, Rabindranath Tagore.
Hey, now kind of straight is that. Hey.
Yes.
Rabindranath Tagore. You, yati. Was say a minor logic is like a knife or blade. It makes the hand bleed that uses it. Sana makanti mimi ndiye mekana na ye mekafa na chi. So, it was say a mind or logic is like a knife or blade. It makes the hand bleed that uses it. Yo, and the rasbi.
And the PS.
And the rasbi.
And the PS.
And the rasbajumba.
And the Papa Smiley.
Hey, since why tight no?
Nana, me tiemo.
Yes, why tight? Yeah. Me nyina ye.
Na mechia obo ade na na be munkum. Say itedenka ya na mitedenka by menene eye 101 ache ye pa.
Okay.
Yes. Na ye he baby a ifra ye bidra na je say a long way. Me fa kwan we so na machia no. Obo ade na na mechia o sonko kwa so kra sa so na na sika so machia. Openi kofi ono so mechia na onia Alex na Apostle ono so mechia. Apa meche akwantufo tiefo enyina na obade na aboye nkomo na so wasua bibi bebre sanity na yenua nsemo a wo kan asisi ase knife blade no say yenua nana sika eka se sika nufanu ampa sanity sika nufanu like say angle no nyina no itimi itwa na the way we interpret no na ubi hu no but no makanka se munna de metiase no sika nufanu na as say the way
wait, Ras, 1 second. Second for no dear, second and new moon, actually, come here.
Send nene blade na muchite musiabria, CCR.
But a second and new moon, actually, channel. Oh, let's say or handler, it doesn't mean the knife is all blade, though. So the handle is also no blade, Anna.
Okay.
Inti, say a second encante nufanua. If you know a double-edged sword, right? Or double-edged knife, but it doesn't mean say it hasn't got a handle, and I say it is all blade throughout.
Blade yeah, anywhere we are see any handle.
Okay, all right.
Blade beer or handle. That blade yeah, okay. Yemfa tatra blade, and to be a sabris is here. Yeah, it's tatra blade at the whole. Uhuni sano. Bitime de mika aso ending no baby intramida. Nti se o de yana so ka se blade no any hand and also so me no nyadwi and no handle nti maso musisi a entrame.
Okay.
Entwa me kuta sisi a entwa. Enso ne nyinaa no wo de wani to sisi a no a sɛ wo wɔ akyire a ohun sɛ ne nyinaa ɛyɛ blade ɛyɛ da hɔ a sabre wo wanwe a wo so mu a ebetwa wo. Ba me so mu sisi a entwa me. Yo,
Okay. All right.
that's it.
Yo, and yeah, young anymore. What say? The only salvation you can ever have, and your boss salvation won't come, right?
Yeah.
Apostle Abba, until one also boy and come up. But I will say, the only salvation you can have is your evolved soul. What do you say?
Papa, evolve. Moving from one place to another. Obi a obi move bia free. Bia wote na wako baby fufu bia no. Why involve ho. Ewo nneɛma bebree. Ebetimi aba adesua mu. Ebetimi aba akwantuo mu. Ebetimi aba dewo a na wodwene. Ni nyinaa no ye evolve. Na ade a mehu kakra ya ɛma yɛ nu bebree wo wiase a sɛ wode ho to so wanhwe ya untimi evolve ɛyɛ ade bi a yɛfrɛ no religion. Sɛ woyɛ attached to it bebree a wobɛyɛ stuck. Wobɛtena udamini fam na wobɛtena hɔ na wonyɛ obi a wobɛtumi move akɔ forward anaasɛ wadane wo konkra ahwɛ wachi. Wode ne sɛ wanhwe ya sɛ yɛde wo si sɛ hwɛ adeɛ baako sei a papa sɛ bonkum ne ɛsɛ hwɛ a ɛhɔ a na wobɛhwɛ kɔpem sɛ wode bɛkɔwu. Sɛ nifa ɛne ɛsɛ hwɛ a ɛhɔ a na bɛhwɛ sɛ wobɛkɔwu. Obi a wotimi evolve ebia yɛ obi a wonfa ne ho attached to anything ya efrɛ no religion. Wotimi evolve ɛkɔ n'anim na sɛ oduru baabi na obi kasa wotimi interpreti ɛte aseɛ na ɔno so ɛtena bia hɔ te sɛ nipa no ya yɛwo no to hɔ no ɔte aseɛ no ɔtena hɔ. Nti baabi a nipa no bɛduru bia no wotimi make peace ɛwɔ environment no hɔ bia. Aduane bia a wɔmbɛdi bia no wotimi edi bi. Asa bia wotimi ɛsɛ bia wɔn sɛ bia no ɛhɔ no wotimi sa. Nti nipa no me ka sɛ wɔyɛ multi system anaasɛ okuta multi mind saa na besi afa no. Nti me ne nipa no bɛyɛ adwene sɛ salvation ɛyɛ obi a obetimi evolve no anaasɛ obi a salvation obɛgye ne ho nkwa no ɛyɛ obi a otimi evolve. Papa sabre baabi a me ne wo yi yɛwɔ mmara bebree wɔ ha sei. Sɛ nneɛma bi wɔ hɔ ɛna yɛkutakuta mu nanka yɛde ɛba ha sei a papa nka nkwagye nka minim sɛ yɛmienu anaasɛ anuanom bebree ɔmo tie mi no one way the other no nka bebree atoa nananom wɔ nseɛ do. Anam sɛ ɔmo tumi ɛpɛ salvation ɔmo pɛ nkwagye na ɔmo betumi atena ase ɛnenti ɔmo evolve ɔmo ho sabre ya me na ɔkasa ya ɔmo tie mi sɛ abe nuanu bebree evolve nti ɔmo te nkwagye. Papa sana kakra meti ase ɛwɔ
ɛkɔ kasɛm no. Yo, Rasbi, yɛbɛdɔ ase ate yɛbɛdɔ ase paa na tɛ hɔ nom yɛma do final word aba na yɛnkɔ Apostle Bibi enso na ɔno nso Ɔmo yɛhu deɛ n'adwene yɛ no ɛwɔ asɛm a maame panin ɛbɔ mamaneɛ ɛwɔ ho. Apostle, ɔmo yutu ho ɛ.
Papa.
Ɛne akɔ abo.
Yeah, yeah.
Good one there.
Let us say.
Nyame adom yɛte mpɔ paa yɛte.
And I will say, why if I come?
Sao.
Oh, good to know super top.
Thank you. Baby, no. Oh.
And when that's not the tire to so.
Sao, you want it. Okay, wate pa. Ɛna so na me tɛkyerɛ ase na me tie wo ne ɛyɛ nyamesomafo yaw.
Nyamesomafo.
Nyamesomafo de asɛm bɛbɔ.
Very interesting,
very interesting pa. You, ɛne yɛnko yɛ nimu ɛ. Wɔ se your only salvation is your evolved soul. What do you say?
I think that sometimes obi kan asɛm kyerɛ wo. Na asɛm yɛ wo da ya na onwene asɛm no ho bebree. And as we don't even ask questions about those asɛm na wakan.
Okay.
Asɛm no, I think is a nipa no this will change mu bebree. No kan bia no be say yɛmfa ne sɛ menye kremoni. Na actually me be kremoni a myself no I have revolved.
You have revolved.
Okay. So na I revolve. And say if say kremusum no ema salvation then I have revolved and got that salvation. But I say if kremusum no ma salvation there, then I have revolved and got doomed. What do you say? And all revolve here, you can go wrong or you can go right in two ways.
On say, so when you want to take the literal or the definition of an evolved soul, an evolved soul is an old soul that became godlike, right? Or it's a soul that has become godlike, and you can an evolved soul, right?
That is why I make us say, we shouldn't talk out any statement na.
Okay.
You need to listen.
Okay. All right.
Sana what me na Kofi can't be. Say salvation savage there be Kofi. I say oh yes idea na. And yet, because there be I mean, we say savage, Latin word, we say Greek word, we say whatever. English word,
salvage.
It's not from salvation. Salvation only root near save. Save. See, you can say, Ubi, ya save Ubia. Say be something be a day say no be a joe something like that. Something.
Now obet marker said ya say via okay obet me use the word rescue.
Yes, and also it me a friend is a synonymous so whatever.
Any salvage any rescue na namu.
Yes, savage. Now say baby or they call no example now they man say savage. On say savage in so to say ebia you be say savages. And kophobia ya to masaram.
Savages and then they different from salvage.
And say there we are sample now almost say a friend is say I say baller so something going waste, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But what I wanted to say is save. And to save, that is all we all know, the English word save. But salvation, and funny say it in the Bible, biblical, it's a biblical word.
Salvation, a biblical word. Okay.
Like you say, that is out of save. save ya can ya we nyina atiase. And in the Bible no opportunity says salvation. And that salvation the Bible it brought that word it gave it meaning say the soul of man has a two places to go.
Bible no.
Yes.
Okay.
Either to go a doom or to right place. And I say friends say condemnation or enjoyment. So therefore say Bible no say obi wo that salvation and as will be a saver. That soul is saved from condemnation to enjoyment. So that is what is brought about salvation. Now, Bible now about the bond of contention. Always we want to use what is in the Bible to disprove a lot of things. And as I say, can't be praying. Now, was here who say Christosum no? Any probably some Christosum and as some Christo without Bible. Any probably as someone say there be a mechanic Christosum no. It is the Spirit of Christ that lives in the person. And that is how the Bible no I bano. And now say continue preaching. It came about preaching and telling us things. Funny say Moses, Abraham ninam hono ansa no munyina Moses never can nyina. Ekopie Jerusalem friends say Egypt no. There weren't not be any who are trusting be any. Right. But I said message from the father to the children, from the father to the children. And when Moses came about, and Moses, according to him, through the Spirit of God, help him to write for Israelites. Who say, Nyamina Mosum no Yahweh now, this is what he is, and this is what he wants, and this is what he don't want. And your fathers Abraham and Kuno say na ya na ma be pie Egyptiano. And he wrote it to let them know where they came from and where they were going. God want them to go. Ena omonamwa enti after Moses Joshua and who said Moses he was documenting everything that is happening. People or Kofua no mutromano. And also twice so a documenting. Then the prophets or mobile ubia ye bibia also documenting. And it was a Moses at the point when Yamena catches the Moses Trosadi way too. Said ye be chirima. Ain't it was so now the New Testament also came. Now New Testament nearby no tiu. Yesu Christo abewu oko. Enkofo agi Christo adi. There is no Bible that believes that the Spirit, His Spirit, according to what it is, His Spirit lives in you. If you allow the Spirit to lead you, you do what He wants. So not necessarily means say you have to go and chew the Bible so that you can do what is right. No, that is not what necessarily means. Now, look, a friend is a physician. What is a use about? Okay, my miss me and there was someone be a friend of Theophilus or Sika and Oma look Sika. So be ma Sika said Jacoyen Shemu. Name asemua. Because Yesu aba bibosu papa bibisu ofinya bibisu ofinya me a whole lot of it. Look be hwehwemu. Eno trokoma Theophilus Yesu Kristo na me koye emu hwehwemu. Say ni na me hu fa na ho. Na wo die obasa siso be eno de to. Eno oye hwehwemu so troba about Paul, that is us, the book of us. He wrote detailed things about Paul, about some of the friends, apostles, disciples, no, any other day. Look of who can look Acts now. So, and on also are the two. Now, and I might or mark most will be a month for church or more account. And untino, this in also, and a do baby soon, ne a biwa and go for a can send be. Say yes, we need crown. Onye nyame ebi muzu ye nipa ebi muzu ese enti so motia no mo so try to also reply by writing so enti amo church nguma ni bebre ena o dey me forwarding to a friend the last book of Revelation and no say book of Revelation Paul a friend say Simon no John or Patmos on island so ena onya Revelation ena Troy. Now the books ni nyina wo ho enu nti nyame an dictate am say twerwe. Most of them maybe they got revelation of them, they heard voices and they recorded accounts what is true about it. Ewa niema bi ena omo Troy. Now, enunti amanfo nso dru baabi no enkofo nso trotro no ema obi nso timi tro book say oh na obi ka say na we no ni Peter kananti ye ne amfa na meka ho da bi sa book ye friend is say the book of Barnabas, the book of Judas da ben owu ye da ben na Judas be tro book. Judas Petro book. Judas Petro book. Who was the first person of the disciples scroll? So, into those books, it by later, and then go for, into all these things, Nina can home because I go for. I will be a person or trying the every year. Now, I say that, and yet that canonization a buy, and unti omu canonize a book to Nina 66, and unti. Ena omu edoto and no happened before and son that the Nasi one and meet neighbor ain't in a Nasi conference or whatever ni change book omu ekika book ni bomu. It happened that so but nyano ne echo. But the point is that the Bible no it is there to help us to know what happened. And some of the things and some of the preaching and some of the things are used to kind, some of the poor things are poor kind. And some of those things, yes, ready to home. Obu okra munya semu baby. No masuma say, munkobusa. Say, asemwe, say, na si yenye day, na eja. Omo you know, mpanyfo na die no matro abrem. Inti ene yanzu bit ma face some issue. Then we take reference from the Bible. So the Bible, because the Bible no is powerful, and kawudi two baby grana by Fogan. It can't be like that. It is not meant to be like that. So in Christianity, no Bible no di muakotne. But the Bible is not the bone of contention. It is the Christ that lives in you. So if Christ will be until me can say, any probably have to create without the Bible. Just that the Spirit of Christ that lives in you, you allow it to control your life. You allow it to control your life. You go rightly. So because say okay say share Bible and so dito you go wrong. You even go wrong because they are Bible no more. It is not a papa, something that we can emirate. So I don't see in a way now. One time they have to say, a friend is a Timothy, you want Judas, so Tabu Kunina, no, a true book. A book, it was against Christ and the work of Christ. And you know, they didn't allow there were a lot of books. They didn't allow them to appear. It's a Bible, because Bible na contradictions I ninka bebre. And that thing, no, it happens. That colonization of the Bible, it happened before and sana. Your friend is a Constantine. Ebeji Christo Edi.
Okay. All right, baby.
It is not that point, no.
Baby, wait there, Rasby. Mesra Senka, Yaton catcher, the anchor within the next 30 minutes, no. So, Bibi, Mesaba, no, as Mesaba. Bibi Casa Imuno, so we are now Kawashama, and Yano Bia or be or person Busa Bibi question and answer Bia or Bia or person or can. Bibi so Bibi the enu to be anwa hwenama. Why? Rasby. Why? Thank you very much. And Nanasika Obabaso. Oh, Obabaso. Okay, all right. Ubusani we are, let us say, Yatuaso Efro Honomokowati, into Busano. Why?
Yo, baby, Memo Aquaba, Bijidi say, Obana and Franny now here. B. Okasamuno, O my tearful in Etias, yes, sir. Bible no o can be Timothy who says send you what just a contradict Christianity.
Eva, Mister. It wasn't Timothy I wanted to say, Barnabas, because they were talking about the book of Barnabas. And then you have Barnabas, some account. Timothy one true book be our Bible.
Two cats some now Bible no. A year in Nanny bit me the ayer Juma. Then so all kind revelations are a mere tear face a training nephew and couple home. It is a training nephew and couple whom it is a son of Bible in the canal. A year then I will see ye be free. And I think to me for being Yajuma, but you wait me as to Mammy.
Okay. Paul Echo catch Timothy say a training free and coupon. So we saw say na Paul na trouble na no work because Paul na or a friend say that's a script a friend say your more friend no that or more tro no can because Jesus Christ kura ba the more friend your friends the tools or whatever but point they say now Jesus Christ kura ba no Obekin can be Torah. Okay. Yes, to Christo Kraba and Obekin kind. Abi. Now, one was all who you say, and some no one okan, you walk. Dear Yankupons, a can say, throw away to Obiocas and Yankupon, no more semi. And I say, Mamma, you say. So, and some now, a holding Minano. And there may be a record was you will be or baby, you beat me a cry to baby no Gary and no run. And as well, Mubu will be one thing. And send a account. We put your friends a wait will be count. And it is a infant will be a thesis. Utro a be a friend say literature review with my trouble. But at the end of the thesis, you my recommendations. Now why you want why and near may be at all. You say, and you know, Yanka say, your friends say, theory, ni idea. And there are certain things you will more. I account, I dare be nippany as soon as you could be assumed. The first say, Yato Bible, as soon as you could be assumed, just say, a Bible, Monsieur, will be assumed to a CMC, you will be assumed. So, and you know, we say, we him say, be a wow, can say, David, yes, say, Ojai nipa Ojai enwai 99 and okorhwe ba ko ahira was a common sense no so kire say obi anu a onim nyansa obejai 99 no at a danger point so okorhwe ba ko wo dia se ebejima bozo do mbe gubuom mo okorhwe ba ko David no oni a friend say ne step mother na tie anka akra na say ono usan ko tena fie no ono ne aka na to sreso. Imagine so above you because about quite de Beno. And you was all say, obey back on our but I know no something, it was a lesson or the portray actually, baby. So, ain't you say, will be a dan on will be say, German bo. Oh, wokan Bible pa na wo mo adwama wokan Bible na wo mfa mpena de na me hu adwene wo so enna mo so mo mfa Bible nkyerɛkyerɛ ɛwo sɛ ɛwo na asomasi ɛkɔfa mpena ɛwo Bible ɛno it does not make sense ɛnyɛ adwuma saa nyɛ saa na tie so enti the fact say asɛ bia appear wo Bible mu nti bɛ sɛ yɛde yɛ adwuma dia yɛmfa nyɛ adwuma enti no nyame ansɛm no wɔ hɔ ɛno ɛwɔ hɔ nti wɔka sɛ atwerɛ nyinaa firi Nyankopɔn hu mu a na wɔkyɛ sɛ adeɛ na ɛsiiɛ no ɛne ɔtwerɛeɛ adeɛ na ɛsiiɛ no ɛne ɔtwerɛ nti ɛsii that make it true sɛ adeɛ asomasi bɔ obi asom asomasi yɛbɔ na dagya ɛsii yes nti no nokorɛ saa na ɔpɛ so ɔkyerɛ wo nti deɛ wɔ mu a the ones for instructions the woman so usua we emirati no we emirati the woman ni kwan so we yi no oye yen fan say example obi konkran eno papa ache no eno utunufo no say enua enkran ya wukoi yesi adwuma ho ode pa eno nti adwuma no ukọ na wonya adwuma yero ho na ye adwuma no na bia won so o papa tu Mama we nebusa. O papa na etu fo sa se. O konkran. But na me nso me konkran o. E na me tenchen baby. E na o papa etu wo fo se. O konkran. Mate se nkran no. Yesi adwuma ho oden. Tu nya adwuma a yere ho na ye ne ye fa no kradie e fa ye adwuma. Nkran so mate se yesi nsuo totɔ. Ntu ukɔ no fa kyiniye na ye dai. Ne fa. E na me ka tro se wonso no enam se bia wo yare enti no fa waduro no na no pa bia no baako enti me ate afutu a wo papa de ma won me konkran ni bi me se me hu se yesi nsuo totɔ nsuo nso tɔ a ebeto abu obi enti me se me kɔ akɔpɛkyini a mekɔ akɔpɛkyini ni bi na me san so de atum tim se me adwuma a meyire me ho aye but the third advice no menyare enti no ni kwanza me konkran a me kono maduro baako because matese ye tu obi fo se onfa aduro no mti no me kono maduro but me yare dia so te say enti the Bible no that is how it is you hwem na why dey die wasa yesi wo ye no waye die ni kwanza yesi wo ye no why ye free so enti those things no the people wrote it to a specific issues, specific things, but me in come for an boy and Patrovic.
Yo, so what the nana person can be so a bit me. I can what the nana one uncle.
I see. Maybe some question be. I say, Jesus Christ and I say, Yesu, a better no. Yesu no, say no, or ba say nipa, nipa who ni say nipa. There's a better or the body never term or the and that's what the day never term.
All right. Yo, say obiazi Yesu Christo ba say nipa, or nipa. Yes, but Christo some and I say Bible no. Emun chire and I say nam and semu isisi ene a friends and chire omo de my Bible omo kan ya omo church to ho e chire say Christo no oyo nyame ena oba because wa ma ye nipa
okay ehwanu aye wanya akase we nyame
kan si
yabi wa akase we nyame nti wansa no Ufis way yaminti no bet me at Tramu, na oyo yamedia. As that's what Baba yo nipa and san what me at Trani per more, want me mahum. Just open the pass once.
The Moma, Diana, a year a chi. I said, baby,
maybe without question.
Manusi. It can save us time. So, my Manusia, you will not continue.
Minipano yaba obe point no me pese me
nipa. He has to become man so that he can save a man. So okona your friend say fish egu ensuo mu a na fish na bre na fish no omo wo situation bi mu Was all so blow in their situation. You tend to fish, then you help them in their situation. Because one can need to fish, you never know. And to obey any part for a reason. So, until by our body. Ne home and the Bible can be said the spirit of God, the spirit of Christ, the spirit of whatever. The spirit is a creature to one or two, and home the two. That is what it explains.
Apostle.
Yes.
Me pacho me chia atiefo nyina me sa mama akwa babio me pese me pon me nipa na oba be change me 10 minutes time ti no me pese me ye me conclusion obeba se si anti me pese me ye me conclusion kakra bi enti no akwa fa so a me kan se ya da ye nyina obi ase obi adwen kire ode ba eye eboa yen eye adesua ne yesua se de bete ne ma ase nti obi adwen kire no me se eye eto asomu na emom nipa no de metimi aka ne se nipa ye ma spirit a eti emu no nkasa nkyerɛ yɛ dan more than sɛ wobɛma obi spirit akasa akyerɛ ɛfiri sɛ deɛ ɛma me kasa no woba baabi wɔ twerɛsɛ no mu a mema quotation but twerɛsɛm no se wɔde ɔbonsam ɛbɛto afiase mfie apem hwan na de no bɛto onyankopɔn kyerɛ sɛ onyankopɔn wɔde ɔbonsam to wɔde no bɛto fiase mfie apem na yɛne a yɛbɛdi n'akyi sɛ me a megye akyinyi a yɛayɛ bɔne no yɛde yɛbɛkɔ internal life internal fire achese ye ko oja se ye mu a ye kwa akotena ho anase se ye ko wuo eti no which means that still cry onyankopon da so da edo Satan ache me eti say Jesus is the onyankopon said dia wo kan dia ene me pese wo ti ase say still Jesus wodo Satan ache because wo chi no no de no betu fi ase na mfi apem wa say ja no dia na me asa wo no no so amama ye sen no moment was sunny by us or Babe say woman no one year in no was a we are was hard me akwakoto a fiancé for life dear and yana ya badwene ho mienu ato so biem said the oka say wo ye nyankopon no hwa kakra na mpese me correct on say mre bi obonsam ko awo nyankopon ho akwaji permission ansa na okwakoso Yesu okwaso Job ahwe okwaji permission ansa na okwakoso Job ahwe ena akire Yesu no so sa ba asase so obonsam na sa akọ testing no after 40 days fasting ehọ no mo so no ehọ no otembe na okan oka kire no se oye onyame ba eti ye Christopher no anasa Christo no maye bi pen maye entrance asase so njaage se Yesu ye onyankopon because obonsam ni hye obonsam ne na wosoro Bible no ba bi ka kire ema Yesu no abie na no ka kire se this man was once in the light emre bi atwam no oka ye ho eti Yesu kura no a confirm say obonsam no ho ye ni nua eti obi nim ni nua en wonim de di nua ne ye enti this is the main problem I mean say ama a Christopher no ye confused kakra wo say chinchin person ye force say Yesu no ye nyame no odan no ho bae eti ye person ye say ye nim Yankopon cha obonsam awo mre bi okọ ne nkyɛn ekɔgye permission free ne ho wo Job nkyɛn ansa na okɔtɔ Job ahwɛ ɛhɔ de ye perfect okɔgye permission de Christopher nyina agidi kɔsɔ Job hwɛ wie Nyankopɔn sa de ne nipa ne na japade ma no de Christopher agidi but obeso Yesu hwɛ wa ha no ɔka ne kyerɛ ne sɛ wo ye onyame ba hɔ no de ya ɔmete hɔ still ye de be hwɛ hɔ no sɛ Yesu no ani Nyankopɔn ɛyɛ asensɛbɛ we de ye consider wa wo pɛ wo bɛfa sɛ de me kan sɛ nyina
bonsam no ye angel
amasi bebre se ne obi anya aso tie ensempa ye de aba obi ade baaye awurade nkan ho bia na otwe se na ebehia sese no me nipa no wayi ni timahu so onam me hwɛ camera mu mahu so wo bante ye se me wie nya sa wo be report me se mete ha na me ye ko sa na wo mtie wo munya hu so kasa pɛ na wo ma report ntimi da amasi bebre right
yo ya da so ba de nana na mote ne kan ono ne de esinti oso oko na asa na apostle be ya no na me hwe de wa gwade na ekire mu no obonsam ne Yesu a na ese be de to politicians e o Ghana NDC ne MPP na je se MPP enim NDC pa na NDC so enim MPP pa Me da say yanko apostle so. Apostle fire call.
So, bonsam no a friend say angel. Ultimate can say Jesus ni opposite any bonsam. Bonsam ye angel. Na Yesu no, e ga so nyame a. Na ojo he say, yes, also we have something we call Trinity. Nyame Agya, Nyame Oba, Nyame Onkonkron. They work hand in hand. Enu nti nye sɛ bonsam no nka wɔsɛ nkɔbusa sɛ woyɛ onyame a na ɔtɔ bonsam busa sɛ woyɛ onyame ba a so ɔyɛ onyame ba a he is God. So ɛnyɛ hɔ nkwa, there are so many incidents they refer to him like that. Nti bonsam no nyɛ ne opposite ɛne ɛfrɛ si Yesu. Bonsam deɛ the opposite ebetumi de atoto angel Gabriel ebetumi de atoto wɔn. But ne tipɛn ɛne Yesu Kristo. Ɛnyɛ sɛ ɔbɛyɛ nipa a nko ntumi kora approach no. So it happens for a purpose. Yeah. Nti deɛ ɔka no deɛ sɛ kyɛnkyɛn a yɛpɛ sɛ yɛde Yesu Kristo yɛ nyame no. In the what happens in the Bible no Emma the Bible say Bible ni da Nyankopon di. Na what Bible talk about God? Maybe me say bia it talk about God about a bit me adanyame dia me hu ni be 50%. Maybe 50%. Until there are more of God that even the Bible did not talk about. Until kakra ye nim no de ye nim say nyame no eye baako but oda ne ho adi miensa. Ne honhom ne ba ene Eja. Enti the Bible no kakra Bible ni da na di mi ehu no. And from the Bible ni die sa na ehu. But no kenye problem. But the say Christo no honhom to mu. It guides you to do. Obia we asibia and is controlled by the spirit that lives in the person. The spirit that lives in the person. And how you see Jesus is how it makes you. So you see him as your savior. But it's always then you see him as anybody, a prophet, whatever. But the moment it will also change your life.
Yo, that apostle as na answer na papa ebeba yenko onua kofiso na se obi kan na oma na no kwansa na papa Smiley so abi take over na fe no odi dwumadi no abawe. Yo, onua kofisa what me kan yenko.
Hello, brother Ras. I say me the most of the time biana BTS topic we are not because a church and never be brave from everybody's background. So and so OBTA were outsider definitely from the year Kenya. Now we say brother Apostle and so Abba, and unfortunately mention that name the background into I'll just ask a simple question. Mr. Apostle, me pacho where do you boko? Pacho ufe din edise.
Me that is what we say. I think say me ano sa apostle. Omo dia mama papa mo na
yes.
Eno mama apostle. Me can be bia ze me nya apostle. Me nya obia.
Okay.
Me nya apostle, me nya obia, but chinchina go for say omo ebe for apostle.
Okay.
So omo ana ebeji nipa ya na omo aye no papa, omo aye no bishop every day. Odi hu iska na omo san be kase. See a pijaba my God said me from me Benjamin Boache Bibi.
Okay, Bibi Benjamin Boache. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, because Okasada with him.
Last time now we were talking on the platform,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. and some your ancestors are kind of always in the crest. So unni be a very easy say over a misplaced assumption of the person, and I say a judgment, because all along, for the past 2 weeks or so, I have this assumption. So apostle. So I was even going to ask you. So dear, sorry now, and I said, well, sorry, Dean Benawati. What is the name of your church, for example?
Me near sorry. Me near sorry. Nah, I think that I've been now me organ and me Assemblies of God, but
Okay.
but I think that me no like been me work hano a different because a general because a Pentecostal church. Once your Catholic church, your Pentecostal church, and hano or more as a Pentecostal church in the area now one. It didn't also say be a branch to my Pentecostal church, so I belong to this one of these churches now. But I think that they have said, because I've been to some mean to me because for now no I am a member of Assemblies of God, because for now no I can also say there are a lot of things I don't agree with them, but me quite sorry say. It's a long story, but I think say me a member of a church here.
Okay.
But that is not a problem. Maybe I make no say you can't use them or make a TV.
Matthias,
Just
like all of us, it's already topical baby. I see it here, Oh, thank you. Yeah, because me too. Say what can be very, very, very significant. Say Bible no and yet man can so more can a woman, and there are a lot of things in so a woman and shada and yet and papa so and dear me deeper into in my own assumption and let me say a strong practicing religious person, but at the same time you are saying this then you're not the typical Christian who is fixed on dogma. So there is some critical thinking behind your religious philosophy. So and then me say this man and Nema is so amazing, but at the same time just one or two perhaps, as I said, explain it, and again, no, the American said they be those kind of information, no, and knowledge, or maybe access to some knowledge in a very difficult process. There was a lot of pain and also a lot of fortune. So and then maybe but at the same time, no, as I said, BTA on your corner or Casano for me to know how they are thinking at present. So one a lot of questions in my head, and we say, do you believe say there is a heaven and hell as you are right now? Do you think say there were heaven and
hell? Yes, of course there is. I believe so, because what I know is I believe now say. Last time when we were talking about belief, and sometimes no, I say encophobic. And near maybe and I make us say, I say we can't say nay or baby beer, own dream and question. So you can say, Obi believe we are. Oh, they think they're not people almost say common sense. Now, say, do you believe say Akufo-Addo na president and say we know say Akufo-Addo na president? Now 21st century, na sikana Kansas. We have to know we don't believe. Oh, they come to say who be na just say who believe. And one and then But before obi be believe you have to know. And knowing we also know from knowledge. Say obi be a doctor. Oshia book as doctor. He know. Short yes, and to know something, it comes from a lot of things. Then you believe. Yeah. And one thing is that we come to believe say the soul of a man has two places. Say soul no appear before God. That is the heaven that they want to talk about. When your soul appear before God, that is when your body depart from your soul. It is something that will be intimidating for you. And the soul no, I believe say you soul no engu. The soul of a man does not die. So the soul have a place that it will go. Into two places. Either it appear before its maker, his maker. That is God. And that is what you're talking about, heaven. So
Yes,
people say that you will be see Fedina, you see na or the former you go near the identity. I say, what kind of guys we are making fun of it? I said, because Opes will make it open to make his point. But what we are talking about, your soul will appear before the presence of your maker. That is heaven for you. Then that the soul now on your heaven appear before the presence. Then it appears that it will be punished. That is why we're talking about here. No be cancer. That one, that place now that we call hell, it was, according to the Bible, it was made for the devil. So the devil cannot be exempted from the place. It was something achieved before. So, there is obonsam, you made obonsam, so ordinary to baby. Now, baby, ordinary to no, or no, it's not. I believe that there is heaven and earth, hell, no. But yeah, not the way I go for describing, and a man is so funny.
Matthias here, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, not a bit my for now. Thank you. So yes.
All right. Onya Kofi yedase na papa se wo ho a em se umre no sa asu.
Ras me wa ha na ye nua ba ko nso abam se earlier on na ofabodi e wo so but bi a wanhu no ohun enti Vorgan enso abaso ye ma Vorgan akwaba na ono nso asem na ye kan ebusa ne bi na kakra obeka na me sure so wongusu ankasa no na medu fie na eja ya round up kan but Vorgan kasa na so say wo question mi di mana na dia mana ene Vorgan o bra Vorgan
Mo aho munia
na
mo bi ache nyame adumo.
Good. And ye call salvation part 2 eso, right? And then on now what you try when me no open kase bi ebo nkomo. Now o kan sem bi e kire me say the only salvation for you is your evolved soul. The only salvation for you is your evolved soul. Now when we say jawo de about God, in religion, say you hold a very different view altogether. And as someone opening can say now or see the only salvation there is your evolved soul. Morgan, it's you.
Evolved soul no contest man or the two say the soul be saying evolve in which way?
Now, an evolved soul is a soul that is more godlike, right?
Yes.
That is the definition of an evolved soul. And the more your soul becomes godlike, that is what salvation is.
No.
But what's
This all for me, this all goes to confirm the confusion around this religion and all that. Like I said last week, just like you had a conversation, I also had a conversation with somebody, and the person was like, "Enti mose monyame no, or not too many crown. Why must humans spend our entire life fighting the devil if God, who created all of us, including the devil, with the blink of an eye, can shut the devil? Why must human beings spend our whole life fighting against the devil to get some salvation?" Like you rightly said in the beginning, I hold a totally different view when it comes to religion and salvation. Why? Because in all my life, bibi sunkumbi NCR, I can say it's more spiritual than natural. I know to make me, I can say major. That's what I can say. There is some form of spirituality and some heaven and some God that I have to associate myself with. So far, I was born into Christianity. Along the line, I did Islam too small. But today, you can't preach to me on any of them. Why? Because send your common sense for the canon. Offer Bible, no, now for Quran, now share a moon sem. Now the tutu wabrabo mo be say eye niama etme guide o ma o wabrabo no senia one unua betna no matetena mu ye wone yo ne unua no enkofanta wanta wa bia ma onkowia na de onkofa na de onkoyeye no na so Bible ni ko an church niama we nyina but Bible ni ko an ayera in so many ways. The same person I argued with asked me if we all abhor polygamy this much, we all abhor fornication and all that much, then Christianity itself is a big lie because Jesus himself was born out of wedlock. So what are the Christians talking about? Mary was betrothed to Jesus. She went sleeping around, came back with a pregnancy, came back with a baby, and we've godinized it all these years and made it seem as if it was a spiritual baby. There's no spirituality anywhere. All my life, I haven't seen any human being gotten pregnant without a sperm, be it artificial, be it whatever. Not just human being, every living creature which needs to reprocreate needs a sperm to do that. You can't do it all by yourself. So they should stop this whole story of Jesus Christ and salvation. It is not there. It is not there. We try to let them convince us. When I come, I don't try to argue. My argument is always try convincing me so I will accept what they are saying. So far, they have not been able to do so. Christians, Muslims alike, whoever, they have not been able to do so. So this salvation they are preaching, for me, I have to enjoy my life here on earth. Wherever I die, wherever I'm going when I die, I have no idea. That cannot be my business. Just like I didn't know where I was coming when I came to Africa, when I was conceived and I landed here. That wasn't my headache. As to where I was going, I can't be crying about that now. And spending my entire life in some church. No. Salvation in the meaning they have to convince me. Christians and Muslims will have to convince me again.
Now, Bogan said you can in Mamisa we answer ja. Ya hene ya so. Would you say Bibi a we are Sibia ewo purpose there?
Pepe.
Would you say Bibi a we are Sibia ewo purpose?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And what is the purpose of life? The life that you have as well. Yes, you see, the purpose of life that you have as well.
Those who wrote the Bible and the Quran have tried to put life into a purpose just because of, like I said, experience. Now, creation. How does creation come about? Let me go and start from creation. Offer a boy, like I'm saying, sperm comes together. They are all water. at a point the water is separated, it becomes solid. This is how creation is. Almost can say, this is just about how life comes about for me as a human being. This is how I understand creation. Creation comes about like this: either an egg or a sperm or whatever is fertilizing what, it comes through water and solidifies later. And on the natural Bible say creation of wine. And Jesus the wine. It's a story for me. Now, back to your question. If everything has a purpose, then what is the purpose of life? Like they have also said there, the Bible says, "Go ye and multiply." If you look at, let's go beyond human. Look at animals.
I mean, if a Bible and Casa, what if a Bible not to change it? As an individual, what is the purpose of life? The life that
one. And I make a comeback. Me fa neoma tro Bible. Na me hwe my brabo. Na me hwe moa. I get to understand that yes, indeed, we are here to multiply and continue our gene and continue life. Better our gene, better our lives. It's not anything else. We are here to keep life going. That is multiplication. That is why they say, go ye and multiply. That is all we are here for. The rest is how we live with each other. Multiply, and that's all. There's nothing here again.
The purpose of life, I see about women.
Asa, training who will be a can be a mean. Watch the documentaries on animals. When it comes to mating time and reproduction, you see the seriousness with which every living creature attaches to giving life, giving another life. That is all that life is about.
And so openness one fulfilling the purpose of life.
I can't say it's an individual choice. Wow, person obey no they say na on person obey. Bibi obi wo won so bibi besi ni kwan a won ti menye nti no de obi a ne de.
And that is why I want to understand so obi ba let's say be enti so when me anwo ba one fulfilling the purpose of life. Yes sir.
Ono one continue on the gene, but the purpose of life others are doing it. Only gene no dey continue life no any only dey kan others be amano.
But on no person dey one fulfilling the purpose of life. Yes sir.
One better yes, one better.
Okay, all right. Mema confidence so abamu ewo bia ye dru sisi ehi. Kofi.
Yes sir. Vorgan.
Yes.
Vorgan. Charlie Vorgan, I beg. Yeah, you don't mute here.
No, I know they're on mute.
There's my G. Bro, listen, you can probably tell from my voice, the whole week I guess on flu beat, so I've been very low. But as you come here right now, as you speak, I don't know whether it be your voice as well or just your energy and stuff, Charlie. Me too. I just say, my ears all start to prick up to what you're saying. Respect, man. Naya. Respect, bro. And thank you so much, Papa.
I'm going to try and interact.
Casa. I don't say Papa won't make a talk, but Casa and I'll just be keeping it.
Mama, brother, bastard child. Almost say, oh, your savior. Oh, yeah, savior.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, savior.
And audio coffee.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, who said also for Penny Melchizedek, right?
Thank you so much. You know what? I know. I'm going to say this because Vorgan is here, and they say once somebody similar in thoughts to yourself comes around, it's easier to sometimes just say things because no matter what, one person will take it on board. Papa, the main focus should be on who we are, who we truly are. All the talk, all the explanations, everything, it boils down to one thing. Who are we? Okay. Now, like my brother said, water, and then water separated, and then it became what? Solid. From there are many kingdoms. We have the mineral kingdoms, we have the plant kingdom, we have the human kingdom, and we can say we have what? Maybe astronomical kingdom. When I say astronomical, I'm not talking about star signs. I'm talking about what happens in our environment on a day-to-day, on a weekly, on a monthly, on a seasonally and annually, which we can call the solar system. The moon, the sun, light and day, they all influence us. Somehow, like Brother Van is saying, many people tend to forget that part of nature, the one that is naturally happening, where we have no influence, where explanations and logic doesn't matter, and yet the answers are there because it's nature. So we were born into life. Many people have lived for generations and centuries and whatnot. Nobody has ever seen the devil, and nobody has ever seen God. Okay, and yet we have taken either one man's word or a couple of people's words, such as a person called Jesus, Muhammad, or religions called Christianity and Islam. And we've created such a wonderful world, so much that there is so much beauty in this world. And I was being sarcastic there. Our world is full of issues, problems, and at the same time is full of immense joy. These two energies are living amongst us. So, Papa. And as such, though, something that is so obvious that we have to always observe, and we can classify them into what Vaughan is saying, science, just nature, water, solid, just the process of creation in a natural way as we have seen. And we'll realize that the only thing that creates life is even a feminine energy. We've placed so much energy on a he. And most of us, as we were speaking on this program, until Brother Vaughan came in and reminded my brain, we've used he says, God says, and it's always a reference to he. And yet, when we really forget about the Bible, Quran and everything, and we come to how am I going to get my wife pregnant? It involves what he said, sex. We are here to create. We are here to have sex. We are here to multiply. And unfortunately, like Brother Vaughan said, some people will not have children as well. And their genes may cease to exist. And yet, if they really trace it biologically, you realize that no gene ever expires, because even if that person doesn't have a child, they may have an ancestor somewhere who has a cousin or an auntie or an uncle. So the gene will always live on, meaning God or creation never dies. That's immortality. And I'm saying this so deeply because Bravo Vaughan is here, and I know say he gets exactly where I'm trying to go, because I totally agree with the man. It's all in nature. It's all in sex. It's all in the process of creation. It's all in philosophy. It's all in science. It can even be found in maths. The trinity of life is a simple thing: proton, electrons, and neutrons. If a person can go beyond a certain understanding, you even get to see God purely as science. And then you see how magnificent you are and I are. So again, it comes down to who we are and what we perceive ourselves to be.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Kofi, you better do
And also,
why?
Batali, I will catch up plus up another time. Batali.
I know. So I know some more catch up. More catch up. Yo, I'm say, my kid said I could call. My kid call. Yo, would me be a wahome so Pedro. Pedro. It means a main fabric from the name Casso. Hello, Pedro. All right, Pedro to hold him where. Now, Obosom fo. Kwame Bosum Pim. Kwame Bosum Pim or. Hey. And the young for me no. Anyway, young fan on to one way. Now, Apostle. Apostle.
Baba.
Hey. They say as some of organ can see a ketu ebu ho ne enko. What say ya baby as say ya marry ho.
I think so we are to me in the chain because on no 90 years no. So yeah. Said the engineer can say friend say we can revolve in asemi. Said the o minimum na minimum mi be hu I say me hu. I could see say you are also revolving.
Evolving,
okay. You say yeah, revolving call. But if you say you bet me a revolving call, yeah. I don't think so. Be bet me a convincing by words. Or be bet me a preaching a convincing no. And you probably be no. You probably want you preaching a convincing. Be me no. The na minim. The ma be hu. The me hu no. It's different. And sometimes you know. Knowing here we have a divine friends and knowledge. Divine knowledge brings with me a falling my own. And what is this on the way of tears here? And I preach so many Bible no. And nipa be brings to tears here differently. So enti the obedience here say obey Christ near. It will get you some power to acquire wealth in this world. A bit me aboa mo nya sika we say Bible say me papa ne bo wi ase ntino. Sika ne dwete ne de ntino you must get. And they also believe say through giving much offering in the church, it will help them to get. And ntino they are on that side na. And also no edo ko problem bebre nti obi nso hu say na me kura za me nkwa sori ezu me usika me wa hoto me wa simi dan me on so is Christianity necessary? And so you see that you cannot convince this person what your understanding of Christianity. So mawoba ozo ye Kristo ni zo ozi nyame ne bo ni pa wa bompa yesa azu nyaba. So two things it does not but we are talking say conservation. We are talking about our soul after this life. In this life, we are all going through. I have to do hard working to get my money. I have to do hard working. I have to learn to. So once I now basically you save you what total near my it's all these things. Nikwaze, we put yes.
Mr. Voga, I'm so baby.
I mean, this our question back with it. But yes, so and on any way,
your soul. Yes, the soul is where your soul, the little bit that concern the soul is where you. A nipa is comprises of body, spirit, and soul. And a kambo emawe nipa. On say am I down so from a more ni sa ne mani bi a more ni so am I down so na say woni ebia doctor nurses ne say ana say what gina obi bewu most of the time it shows obi bewu aka semama nipa na wu na won gina ne nchen pen na hu de wi nipa ni wu to me say there is something strange. Say what
Apostle,
be different?
I mean,
And
tell us about on count. I mean, the
that is
one year more pain.
me nye mo pa. I have cry me wo nkoko kakra.
Cook the almost yare between the time almost yare and seriousness the time on the day. But when you have goats, dogs, and cows and all that, and no, especially with dogs, I don't know. Maybe someone say soul in the way because you talk about soul and spirit, and you say animals have spirit, they don't have souls. But I know I hear my dogs dreaming. You see the way you when you being or some diana kasa or no send out when my dogs sleep, sometimes I hear that or as or yeah growl back small in their sleep. Is that their soul that makes them do that or their spirit?
I think say dream got to do with our mind. Nipa yadwene and that the body sleep adwene na. And the things that dream got to do with adwene.
And,
And he said,
so it is the brain rather, not some form of soul. If you ask me.
all right, but you can further do some friends say research and see man made up of what. I think say a lot of philosophy and say a lot of before also agree to this. Say man is made up of body, spirit, and soul. But I don't know. Many nipa say obi or I said the old bisa say so ni wahin. You who say jina baby ni who say but you who say nipa dua me so anti obi ani do ogidi. And it's all kohunu na say who say oh you what he has said they so no. So I was trying to draw your attention to a little practical thing, but just no it happens say be a one who be pay. Now so what to be pay and I'll say any pay woo now to me that something happens sometimes something happened for you to know say no it's sometimes no be different cry from only penny be woo at that moment now a little time when the body and the soul is departing now there is something happen BBC it not sometimes obi a nurse obi a doctor ne obi a omo men say nipa bebree be a obi wa homa yi so wo hu bi pe to me say there's something happen nipa no hu bibi anaze or something happen to could see say yes so bi wo we so enti I said the Canada abi ono ni so ni say nipa so and it will giant obi ane di oyidi enti when you come to say a cancer revolving is studying experience in life no so no also teaches us something and as we are going on and I say so far as we are still living no maybe you come to that point or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then. Thank you very much.
Papa,
Kofi.
Papa, sorry, yes, regarding the word soul.
Okay. All right then. Just briefly before we run out.
Yeah, just a very brief one. Yes. So I actually wanted to relate this in a long way with one, but later on we'll do that. So yeah, the word soul is just it's made up of 4 words, SOUL, and then at the same time there is another word which is spelled SOL, which is soul. Okay. We all know that at the beginning, and again, I think everybody believes and understands this, that at the beginning there was darkness, right? He says that in a book called Genesis. Gene, actually Genesis, when you look at it and break it down, it means gene, Gene, and then SIS. Okay, one day I will elaborate on that. But yes, at least in Genesis, it says there is darkness and then light came, right? This light eventually decided to multiply itself and it became all things. And it is the light which is what also shining through us, through our eyes, through our teeth, through our voice, and through our breaths. Okay, so you can even see that the breath is also related to the soul, the life, the energy, the pulse that is on our wrist. Okay, so SOL means the sun, and the sun, what obviously gives us a lot of light and a lot of air as well. When there is sunrise, there's a lot of wind which comes from the east. And if you observe this between the hours of 3 a.m. to 4 a.m., just that 1 hour period, you always see that there's a gust of wind from the east between that time because the sun is rising. So the same thing, the same way the sun gives life or supports life on earth is the same way our light within is also giving us life. So soul, S-O-U-L, is the English spelling of soul, which also is Solomon, soul man. So soul just basically means light of the sun. You understand? So I know that if there's any scientist here, I know they can put it all together and understand. Thank you. That's all I wanted to add for now. Thank you. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Kofi Danso. Rasby, what can you be at the best as one? Okay. I'm Sir Ras no, and Vogan. Fafana where the bread. Why?
That's because of Ras.
Rasa and your swintino. Oh, Fafana where the bra.
Okay. So on this issue of salvation, say Christians, if you believe so much in salvation and you believe so much in what the Bible says and you believe so much in Christ, I believe when I was reading the Bible, I was told that with faith, I can move mountains. I have tried to let Christians enlighten me to sort of go back to what is being preached. Mr. Apostle, Mr. Wedi, Apostle keeps saying that send your may kasan on to me, says on obin to me preaching me. Why? Why can't it be so? Because with faith, you have the faith. You are the Christian. You have the faith. You believe in it. And you should be able to do it. It shouldn't be a difficult task trying to let me understand what you are doing and bring me closer to what you are doing. Because your Bible gives you the ultimate power to do all that. I don't see Christians put it to use for me to want to venture into it. I expect
a little I think say make us say obintimi convince you. Oh, the thing is that any GDN say Bible is say ainsa and obi sakra na adweno. The first time I can't say my movie as a cry, and me doing because from the look of things, and son, I will bet you, you've made up your mind. There are certain things assemble from experience, makana be 10 times and so still the person hold on to the view now kutan dada. And it is not my doing. But adwinimu ene honhum wasem so enti say because ye sam nyina na etie when we are young we also nyina na obi but one day it just happened to you obo ho obi nkanya me sam na nkire no it just happened. But say open niema bi nkire mu a obetimi atena se na ya fano from. That is if you want to understand. Ya na yebu baby say the also ada no ni nyane edin. Obi zo ada untimi nyane no ono na so ada. How can you waking the person up? But
the Bible gives you the power to behave like God.
Power ni ho. Power no
Also, you were
I don't
created
have the power to make
in
it
His
that.
image, and you can do all things in His image.
Yes. Oh, you see, that misunderstanding, no, the power is not with man. He decides to do. So be ya resolve me mom pie man, me bomb pie man, nyami na me saniade. So nyami pa obasaniade. So people think that the power is with man.
No. I understand. No. When I say that, I don't. I mean, say power no only power. But the Bible makes me and you understand with faith.
Yes. The thing is that that is why.
Power not anyone with faith and belief. Nyame de be ma ama odi aye. Sa nyame de be ma ama odi aye sa nioma na e wo se wo de ye. If with faith and believe, and the Bible naturally says, when you believe, you can do it. So why can't you believe that you can convince me, even though my mind is made up? The Bible gives you all that power. If anybody can do that, I will believe the Bible, because then you are going beyond me, my reasonable thinking. I'm not messing the piece and more kind of maintain. Bible na say obetime move mountain. O de be move sa etim pona me mesi no efri ho na ne wo ka no atomasum. Na say o so ka say you have the faith, you have the belief, but you still cannot do this. Then how will I be convinced to move to where you are?
The me metima no na me say I will speak. I will on because program because I can decide not to come because Obia understand. But I also think say maybe I can share something for somebody to think around, to think about it, and it can prick so you can overseek understand. But the conviction, the thing is the conviction, the conviction. The conviction is but the conviction, the fact of the matter is that the conviction is not with me. Me metimi amwati asem no. Metimi akasa amwati, metimi no transe a discuss. There are some people who timi no mu kasa na omo abuso omo so sometimes ono akasa no ono zu kofi aze ade no so eba reflect no obisa no question, then he come to understand the conviction ebeba. So ebu obene no be kasa ne onti ase china mo se ono ode wanya conviction no. But me no nyamna me conviction me de metima ye no mekasa say you can move mountain. Because that is why I go be you fit idea I was a nipa ye no was ye de you fit intino or the Bible akogina was a tie mama de na change. But
exactly
have to do
my point.
What do I do
my point.
But we
Bible
but the can answer at the end can you whom can you are talking about so will be for the new. We are talking about appearing to God will be uncle hopan. And as will be say me call me home my barney at the day. So we are talking about spiritual things. We can do a human being, we do our physical things and the debate maybe, but whom near money when you miss them. Ain't the conviction, dear? Yamina me convict, but met me no casabe pre. May I may tolerating cofubi pre, meaning cofubi pre casa. And cofubi pre, they are very stubborn. And so I always one day they come to me and I say I open discussion with them. We talk. Ain't the they can become convicted.
But your power now Bible they make Christians no.
Power.
What then can they use it for? That when you have faith and you believe you can move you can move mountains, you can do this, you can do that. What then can Christians use it for?
What is the power? Power no who is it to say?
And no, he say it is in plain language. It says with faith you can move mountains.
Mountain, no,
it shouldn't be physical mountain. hill is a mountain.
Misano, maybe because it was a Oko India. Obi who was a Branam found try Madro. Now, or Wakasa was a one which was okay, Madro near Juma. We also abuse all power with me, Kasa, na BBS. That is not what is happening. That is not what will happen. I say, Nyameno cry, ono ya dear crama, and nipa obetima ye bibia ma obi ehu obetima ye bibi ohu na wo aka se nyame ayisi de oye no onye hwehwe animu sa but nipa na ama na hu se omo pese omo demonstrate se mi wotumi na nyame ayim se ewie yebre nyame asoma tumi odi ama ye yetimi de kasa yetimi etine ma bias yetimi that is the maker say the me ye ni bia chechemu amede bai. It's a sort of power, but the power is not that your friend is that kind of power. But the fact of the matter, the fact of the matter now, because Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Bible no na was he able to speak for everybody to follow him?
Oh, the Bible said.
Baby, or Kasai, any problem say, Maza, any probably 5,000 they or more free Nechikoi. A lot of people they didn't agree with him. Or but
that is just because the Bible is contradicting itself. The Bible itself is contradicting itself. Because if you say, even as human, I can do these things, and even the son of your God, who the person you claim to be son of God, who is second to God, couldn't do all these things. How do you expect me, human, flesh and blood, to believe that Bible can do something like that and believe it and follow it? That is where I want to understand, because Jesus no crying to me and Fakasa crying to me as a sanipa. Oh, now Cassis here or any and the Bible also say you will be able to do plenty things as a Christian. You can speak to the devil, you can speak to what? You can cast the devil. If you can cast devils as a Christian, why can't just you talk somebody out of his mind? Because you can cast the whole devil.
From this point, who said the way Uncle Fuamo Atikisto Sumasin Entina a trouble. Power no Bible no. Oze Ubua no of 5 no dia 2 be 3 say otutu. Bible no. It is not said to me womu. It mean to me who they were. And yet to me asemo. It say I don't know how to put it. So say to me I was one more to me. Say me I mean to we are. Me ye me Christo near me see Christo home Timmy moon. Say, Evans will be so a comfort or a bay for, or also a walk home beer, home no suiting. Me, or no sunny panel. On to me, and me say me, on to me fan and mammy, on to me, and funny 2 minutes and walk over coming me 2 minutes. Obey me antics, but on to me or no, me crown me who say. Bibi ewo me ho a fight against that person. I will never know. Me
about all them names here. So it's answer also engine near one no year ni. Ain't see no take ain't no 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 effect also no.
Maybe that is how you understand it. Ain't to me Christo to me no. Ain't said there a friend is a comfort a before and comfort or more. Some to me be a multi commanding year, you know. They no about 10 or 4 years, gimmicks be no more year, you. Any antics be no more year, it does not work like that. So, ain't ye to me and your mediamino, and yes, out to me, who did never be as me quay ye, intimatio via now, who would be to Naza obi metiname so obi intime chiame. It does not work like that. ɛnyɛ
Also,
adwuma
near
saa.
Mensa
Enti
Otabel, Duncan Williams, Munyan Namo Chen, it doesn't work like that.
ɔno ɔmo kyerɛ sɛ yi ɔkyerɛ sɛ wowɔ tum woyɛ kristoni a obi hu a obɛdwane anaasɛ sɛ
But all of them preaches the kind of power the Bible gives and autonomy.
ɛna
The
meka
Bible
kyerɛ
gives
sɛ
you as a
that power
human
na
being.
bible no power ne autonomy na bible ne de ma no anaasɛ nyɛ bible ne de ma ɛyɛ nyame asɛm ɛna atena wo mu so that power na so ɔte aseɛ ɛno no ɛnyɛ and display for people to know and display saa sɛdeɛ nkɔfoɔ tumi de tumi bi display na wɔtumi tumi kasa na ɛyɛ sɛ wɔtumi tumi kasa na ɛyɛ sɛ it does not display like that.
Okay. Okay, to me side, no one Matthias say it doesn't work like that from today.
Yes, it does
me
not
and
display
you, we
like
agree that as the Bible says in that context, it doesn't work like that. Now,
yeah.
Okay.
Brother Von, I have so many things which I agree with Brother Bibi, you know. Sir, he said so many things where Charlie is he say, the man
we are understanding each other. Understanding it, we will understand each other. You see, we've made religion. I have always said that the religion, but Bible and Quran are very beautiful books. They are moral guides. They guide you to living life and living it well, as your neighbor will love it, and how you yourself you should live it. So moral guide, I agree perfectly. But the spiritual aspect, that is what he himself is saying it doesn't work.
Yes.
But you see, that is where I want us to understand. That spiritual aspect they are attaching to it. That is where they have to understand that. No, that part is a story.
Thank you.
One thing is that I always tell some people, say, a Christopher knows that said they are walking be say, Obi no ni obi di nkomo no say adenti na omo eho omo ho obunsam ho na bunsam obi oni tumi ade na obone nko you see so obi zo e Kristo ni na o say me bom me jambo mpa ya obunsam de me kro mu baifo ne I don't want to say stupidity but a phrase is lack of knowledge. It does not work like that. Obunsam no ono onim se obi oye Kristo ne bia no obunsam timi manipulate no but asofo no ono ka semi a me kan kire wo no ka kire wo a ebe hinfa no obegina jiska hinfa na obeye ede na me se me ti obi mekotokoto obi nso me obi metua bibi ma me but wo ka de me kan a kire wo a wo metua sika ma no wo mekotokoto no wo me frɛ ne papa wo me frɛ no bishop wo me frɛ na yi because who is there ono also omoka me na me ya sorry me na me bishop mwada no na me honhom me di mamo na me di oboa ono wada so Kristo ni papa ono so honhom ebo honhom the same thing ebo no honhom so enti omono they don't want to tell you say a thing does not work like that in this bread life say we are adwuma na nkoso a we are Kristo ni uye nipa ubetimi aye adwuma enkoso ubetimi akoye exams ubefeli because uye nipa so wo asua de ubefeli
Bibi
and the things are uhia say wo acquire say uye adwuma na enkoso a go to some bright places obi a business go and seek knowledge to come and do your work uye Kristo ni u drive unnecessary stupidity ubetimi anya accident uwu a ubetimi akọ heaven. And until they are certain the spiritual things, it is God. Onyame anonim honhom ade. Se me bedai so obisi or okuta honhom. Na obeba ode ne honhom beba fie ha be bibia. Me amada. But nyame honhom no ebe ye adwuma ma no. Ene ne bedi asi. Ba me kura me hu me nte ho maache. Bible say me nyankopon no na ontonko. Ti de na me was said why should I be awake? I have to sleep because no so you keep on telling my friends that spiritual things belong to God. handle the physical things and stop in a spirit and a home be but Christopher, we are not won't be any problem. Oh dear, do what you have to do. Na jai spiritual na home be and a by phobia. I didn't know through by 4 years. But so for the kind of crew which are fanisika, fausik, first can command be.
Bibi,
the problem.
That means, Charlie Bibi, in a way, no, bro, you are actually totally against a lot of the biblical practices. Then,
it is. My brother. It is not biblical practices. Eniema bia Christo som there medical kajo say nkofo bebre asum Christo without the Bible. Oh, okay. In 100 in the 100th centuries and now say AD 90 muhono. AD 90 muhono. They were Christians without the Bible.
For sure. Yes.
Bible no ebaye no.
Obi can be earlier said Torah or
what they were the Torah no krano. Those Christians, they were Torah no omu en because the Torah from the Old Testament and the Christianity came to differ from the Old Testament a bit way of worship. And unti almost some Christo no, it is some because it's a Christo ni tumu. Some me say no, me pia bonting. Na obi e pia me, and as obi peso obome. Sometimes be am rofi or peso or numbi bintu or high. Na me am okomni akora utimi sisime. But sometimes no I try say am okomni akora say me nisho shimetimi. But Mose my say home na two mono. It controls stop jai. Then I will not act as mine. That is what you are allowing the Spirit of God to lead you. It's in the Bible, it says, walk with the Spirit so that you will not gratify the desires of the flesh.
Amazing.
But if I walk with the Spirit will be and as always, don't do that. But me, I mean, come petty and come so they are saying, there's Christo so many say whom Christo whom ne two moon they guide you. But when Christo so many a develop here, Roman Catholic mobile omudi eba na emodi enonzi and those some intwa and a Protestants eba the Protestants they buy no ono no also obe reform one reform obeyi obehwe Bible nim also we ni ye we see any say ena obi nso ba ena onso obehwe Protestants so the Protestants be a Methodist o me honhon and say Pentecost hon konkon wo enti onso hwehwe mu no yi ena ye benya doctrines enti Christopher na e Ghana obi a Christian according to the doctrines of his church. Definitely. O ye Christ o enti oboze obi a Assemblies of God here the odisonko ena Pentecost na so the odisonko. And you are Christian according to your church doctrine. You are not Christian according to the Spirit of Christ living in you. Paul say when according to the law, I was right. I was righteous. So, and according to your church doctrines, the moment I'm free, sorry, I call different churches. No, because say me Christo. But your friends, the Methodist, or Konkono, your friends say Jehovah Witness or Konkonopa, Saturday Church of Christ also Konkonopa. It's according to your church doctrines. And you know, Obia Bible, more Obia doctrines, no way free Bible. And on answering money this. And you know, who church doctrines now, more free Bible. But they put the Christ in you, no, or say control life, no, they put it aside. And it's a church doctrine say, make me worry me, no, I'm worry me. But the Christ in you, no, I catch your Zabia, who are in me, I say, to me, share equal love, and I say, and they are divinity men, yeah. Oh, you don't listen to the Christ in you.
Definitely. But what is your idea on sex?
Yes, church doctrine is make a choice, say, sorry, dear, we be born a summa body be. And to be born as my bone, still me righteous according to my church doctrines. My church doctrines there will be says his car, me mano, because who command pay or the back of your dredge yaw. And me obedient to my church doctrines. You are not a Christian. And the Christianity is not about following your church doctrines. And as I imitating what is in the Bible, but it is the Christ, the Spirit of Christ living in you. And the complicated thing now, and people be brain because the propagating of the message, no, Obi kind of crash, and the crash is the most scarcity commodity on earth. So because we kind of cry, no, the name trouble room. And to be pretend to me kind of crash, we will be more money, papa, but not then on also the Ura Carabi.
But yes, who believes the Bible? No, it talks the process of creation. So at least somewhere our Bible no, okay, the entire process of creation. So
yes, yes.
Thank you.
I believe that say Moses before Moses his account of how the world was created. Na obi anso akere na adwen anazo obi nso atro.
Okay.
Oh, but Moses had the nearby. But me I believe that what Moses wrote is the right one. But because of Niema Bia did to home, and I said Niema Bia, maybe I believe that what Moses wrote was the right one. But Moses no obi Moses and Gazo shared the Nipanatron so and also be true. But Moses Troy actually Israel for no more so no go be baby. Was there a message more Moses said Yamena ye no say not is I can't create booby say both small no better no chain that you are there.
But yes, which we say process of creation of Moses
yeah. Maybe we say Moses the any right.
Yeah, that is a me patch of minim on any process no me patch unshare me kakra na unshare ye kakra.
Said
yes, according to Moses.
Yes, according to Moses, say because there is we are seeing a formless, nothing.
Oh, just like in Genesis,
yes, that is.
Okay. Sure, sorry, carry on, please. Yeah.
Yes, it was formless, and God, and they said that let us create. Say God speak. Unyame kasai, then it friends say lights by. So as the Bible say, the same thing. Like, but one thing I was here when he said everything that ekoso last time no we can know wasem. And then Muano we were the DNA Maui. But we on the process now echo. We just look at how things happen, but the total message of person the ma enipa ema enipa tiase no. So we take the salvation message in the whole thing, no. Free and person interrogate the message okay. Bible also it is a literature. I hope that more be a man can your friends say Julius Caesar names those Shakespeare books.
Okay.
Bible came before those Shakespeare's near there because it's a literature. There's one maybe because those days that me bro Shakespeare Bobby. Fine, can not note it down. Ain't it?
Okay, they are controversial. That means in a way, you actually disagree with the Christians, from my understanding.
I believe whatever the Bible is saying.
Wow. Okay.
I believe everything that is Bible is saying.
Okay.
I believe totally everything that is Bible is saying. But sometimes on the interpretation of it, and the man near maybe among for sister near maybe. Yes. As a processor, onyame de bo wiase no as the Bible is saying. That is what I hold on to.
Thank you. That means Brother Bones thing about sex. That means sex has to be somewhere in the process of creation. Or and I said,
The
what
garden
do you
of
think?
Eden.
Yes, regarding creation. What do you think
Ebi
of
mo say
sex?
aduaba not just say onene kodai. But I don't
Okay.
think I don't think say nka Bible ka so onene kodai. I don't think the Bible to me can say Adam ne your friend if die. Because something have omo die no kind. Emra you wu ye ken wu ye. Or say was or nene die and was wu set. Okay, a whole lot of Edwamansem Bibiri or Bible are recorded Edwamansem Bibiri. So I don't think that we quantity of workers and Okoti Edwaba.
Okay.
So they say, Mitchell, say, what the God wanted to display there was that disobedience happened there. But we not ye sir as the subject of the content of the dinner said disobedient fear. But we're trying to interrogate and our war kasa and away those things. Now yeah they no ever interrogate at the
All right. In fact, yeah, you know, I enjoy nkɔmɔ behind the scene. You know, I enjoy. Kama. Nti yɛbɛhwɛ na yɛde nkɔmɔ no si akofi. Yɛhwɛ ne yɛmfa nsi ase. Sɛdeɛ Vorgan yɛ no, Vorgan sɛ kakra bibi convince no. Menim sɛ bibi convince.
Me be convinced about the
conviction.
Legend.
It's Vorgan, what the purpose of life no who this super me boy.
Yeah, bad there. Yeah, bad there. Ghana guess depend on Montemas. On person Betimas. Na ya bad there. No answer ya bad there.
And so far no what was say.
Oh, trepe.
Legend.
Na professor be cover say cover tenana.
Me my dream say nka me pese nka me father Africa we be amedu bia na ma oba. Me sure or brass and I dream pa na nka dam.
That's the purpose of life.
Into wait 3 ways say now kind of enye maame ba akome bo a.
There.
Obi ane ne maame.
Pepe.
See, wo munyina no na tie ana se obi ane ne maame na etie.
Ba ko kra ne menje.
So you free maame bo a.
Me dino me last name.
Liberation. Liberated.
I see. All right. I so offer body aba na oba no akọ menim say offer mama benediction and then ya sorry so offer body o
papa mo na na say the kwa na ma ba say ma ya yi kakra
so Enti ube kaka kakra anase ye hwani nsori so an.
Oh, see ade em say and mo ga asem na emete. O say ono a free man. Na oboko. E na o so e dey.
Me ga so e dey.
O ka so e bi ba na ka me. Me ka so e ono ya bo ponchi. O wo na o de ama ma me no ko. O sa ponchi be ma bia no.
Kofi na ka so e legend. Kofi na so e legend.
Okay. You know, award ye me see am 5 me pe be say ahode ne body an kam nya tenya kampe. Award ye.
Yes, o said the Vorgan kind also fulfill the purpose of life no.
Say me follow Bible see am dey sem no sempo anwa.
Okay.
Nti me wo na me ma wo. Sanity.
Okay. All right. Monso de na yate. Ai. Said the bibi kind no. Obia enti ase no based on na sorry a woko say the religion, whichever way you want to put it, right? Enti wonti ase a wo bia no, it is being fed by something, right? Your understanding is me who the missing kind of opotokasem. But wonti ase wo bibia mu no, so ejina bibi so, right? Enti se bibi ana obekanya, right? Say eba se wo interpret here, you interpret it based on something which is your knowledge base. And on Dr. Ray Higgins eba edin some you be see any no actually will say this is your circle of consciousness. Nti bibia obeken kan bibia obeti bia no, you usually interpret it within your circle of consciousness.
They call it the bad secretary in Kabbalah.
Okay. All right. And the best of all ways, and they say, you have to come to the awareness. It's beyond your circle of consciousness. No, there is something beyond. Bibu and one they seek to know more or expand their circle of consciousness. So more kasa, and I say, when they are having an interaction, you can feel say these people want to expand their circle of consciousness. There are some people who are stuck with the circle that they know now, or the circle of their circle of consciousness now. And he say, "Bibi, I know be can let's say we be busa na question na akoye challenge bi no person or challenging because
Papa me so me nka ketewa bi to de wo kan so.
Okay.
Omo hwe ne say it is o support kotoko, o support house. And as enti no once am support Arsenal de no an ye me change. Enye kra ye. That is normal for that level.
Yeah.
But when it comes to politics, it shouldn't be like that. When it comes to religion, and I say, as someone so once someone it shouldn't be like that. But maybe at the end, you know what we are.
That's right.
And our politics is very dangerous because some people are coming to take care of your future, and as your friends, they are coming to take care of your environment. It shouldn't be like me support to me support Yazintino. And a very crazy moving from one stage to another. Because some the toss mukrana is some okay no me ko hweme no kre nti afredi sana menti ase we na nye papa nti afi me for on fada on the fan say kotoko ni house.
That's right. And I don't know.
And no be so de as attitude na na san de apeke for politics. Nti na we are facing what we are facing.
Yo, thank you very much, Bibi.
Papa, before you go yourself, what just for as long as you want and as short or quick as you want, what is your perception on salvation?
Okay, all right. Now, you see, this is what. Oh, this is my take, right?
Okay.
We emerged of something, right?
Yes, sir.
Maybe I free by Biano, okay? We were not just dropped here, and I say, and you say you kata you need to ya near hasi. When you look at us, and when you observe us, the man, okay, you realize you say. Certainly, no. We are coming from some place. You take critical look about how even the human body operates. You look at the organs. Just even take the eye, just the eye alone, for instance, and then you delve into how the eye is. You see the various parts of the eye. What the eye entails. You can see the complexity of man. You can see, say, whatever put us together no is actually a very, very intelligent source. When you see how the body, when you study the anatomy of the body, and then you see, say, every part of the body, what they do, and in fact, astonishing, mind blowing, right?
Yes.
It tells you, say, whatever we came of or whatever we emerge of, no, awesome, so beautiful and marvelous. Now, along the way, no, we miss our way as to we identifying or we coming to the realization of what we emerged from, right? And it's like utu kwai na waira, right? The process of you finding your way back en route to carry on your journey, no? To me, that is what I term as salvation. And the process, the overall process of we discovering or rediscovering our God self, rediscovering our alignment with what we emerge from, rediscovering our true self. Our true self is just we being one with baby I free by, you know.
Yes, sir.
That is all that I term as salvation. Well, that is me.
Further question.
Wow.
Further
Okay.
question.
Obi was a question.
Yes.
Further question.
Okay. Me too.
But I agree with you in all that you have said.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but does any of these convictions
Mm-hmm.
make you say that you have to live the kind of life the Christians and the Muslims and the other people are preaching?
Okay. All right. This is my view, right? Christians life are omo a preaching. I would say it is a way of helping them to rediscover themselves, right? Muslims also they know yes they also want whatever they are teaching is a way of a means of trying to discover themselves, right? Now the American, I'm not forced to live the life of say a Christian, as a typical Christian, as you may label, or a life of a typical Muslim. I see God in all of life, right? And so you're Muslim, so you're Christian, or whatever. They are all secondary labels, as I put it, right? Your primary identity, what we emerge from. Now, all the secondary identities that we may have, you being a Muslim, you being a Christian, nobody was born a Christian, nobody was born a Muslim. Now, all these secondary identities, no, it is to help us move into our primary identity. And I can see something good happening in a Muslim, and I can embody it. I can see something good happening in a Buddhist. I will equally embody it. But as to say, I am restricted to this kind of religion and what have you, nah, that is not the point.
Amazing. Wow, Vaughn. You see, they say wisdom flows through the question, and Brother Vaughn, your question was just so amazing that Samuel or Papa was also able to come up with a great answer. And Papa, thank you so much for answering it the way you've answered it. It actually reminds me that ultimately what we are here to do is to know who we are. As I said earlier in one of my statements, we have to know who we are, why we are here, what brought us here, and what we are. And even though we may seem separated or we may look as if we are individuals, there is one source that we all emerged from. And if that source is singular, it has broken us all up into individuals. Let's just imagine how that source would look like if all the broken parts were to join together. You understand?
Yes.
Yes. So ultimately, we are here to salvage the misunderstandings of who we are into who we really, really are.
Okay.
So rather than saying that we are Christians or we are Muslims or this person is going to go to hell, this person is going to go to heaven, and I wouldn't and he will, we should just realize that we are here to really discover who we are. And if we are created in the image of God, then let's look for the evidences that makes us that image that God is. Thank you.
All right, then, Mr. Medase. Life is a never-ending university that everyone has to complete and get a certificate. As to how long you take to complete, it's entirely your choice. Ubu ohonomo a wo bechepa obi defer course no saa until so obenya certificate no free university no. Now the bottom line is you have to finish this university, and when you finish this university now, you see allegorically, maybe you don't say Volga no koka Bible mu asem kakra bi a was the Bible no ho abasem, right? So utimi university na ehone state of rest no, right? Ehona aje wa home no aje wa home. So but until then no, obe ne nam mu 10 here and there. As said them kind of as wire no, you go all round. Ni nyina no, you are still finding your place to realign yourself with what you emerge from. Enti obi na kan asem wo say upie frifie na orefi ba bi a wo kwa enka wo sa kofie a eboa wo ma e kai wo ba bi a wo ye de be na wo frifie a wo ko. Enti the best of all ways for you to get to the end of your destination as quick as possible is to find out baby a wo free by one the genesis baby a wo free by sa se hwehwe sa asem no fa na me free by. What are the attributes? What are the things of where that I came from? Unya hu sa de na, it will help you to find your way home.
Papa.
Yes, Volgan.
So you see, from all the discussion we've had, we can all agree that Senior Apostle can, and Senior also what defined it beautifully. Me, even from all the argument I'm making, I believe there is a God. Now, I believe in as much as we are busy in life, trying to live life, we also need to look back. And like you said, the component, like Osha computer send you edition sana washe nipa. And it won't so Osha send ya obiatna se no washe usia. It was so we na ye. Nemum, then yes send ya Christopher na mana yes and ya was spend your entire life.
Okay. All right.
So nipa ni share won also we na because why yade. And yes I say oye nyoma enself niet tena onen tena sitena pa. And also wow share ni share where and fatan but it doesn't mean you should spend your entire life trying to reverence that person. I don't believe that nipana ye we nyina no or sign the person will appreciate you just coming onto this earth and lazing about just sitting in church your entire life.
That's right.
And as much as we want to believe what the Christians and the Muslims are preaching and say that it is not of any spiritual background, it is a moral guide to letting us find who we are and what we ought to be and where we ought to be.
That's right. That's right.
And we should be conscious in this manner, but not we should spend our entire life reverencing and sitting in church and living the whole world. Nipa no the end by you say no ma won sa ma abo atekrema o de be kasa nka onu sa onu abo an ne ji ebeje wan fa ma no de ma wo nipa se fa kasa onu nua nkasa o se ene me ne we kasa sorry for fear p the gate mo no ne nua no be konto kwa san wasan ko tena nyame sorry dem so ko konto kwa mo nyina mo se mo som nyame no anya sa na ne som ne te e wo se ye yi na ye cause wa ye bibi e som mo se wa hyehye yen and let's say was say ye jai wiase no so ode ama yen no Bible now Christopher no sign a kind of crass. I don't remember it clearly, but there were some people who were given some money. Some people invested there. Somebody yes went save theirs. Ain't it many sure say or the assassin we ma no or say ye better assassin no keke ne yen say ye mo they be an answer right on ye ne sign sorry uncle. Or the assassin was say ye farm assassin no. Ne ye tilt ye hwe oyele wo mu nti one fact anyansa we ne adwene nyina we anhyehyɛ yen say ye betena sorry there na ye be call sorry ye be come most 5 times a day.
I say Morgan, you put it beautifully right. Now maybe another time when we come we will talk about worshiping God, what actually it means, right? You see, many Christians praise, let's say, the awesomeness of Jesus, right? And they feel, say, when they do that, that is what makes Jesus very, very happy. But they forget, say, he himself said, it's not them that say, Lord, 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 that will inherit the kingdom. But it is those who do the will of God. And you can say worshiping God. Just before even we get into it, you know, it is your ability to put to use what God put in you. That is what worshiping God means. And it takes us back to our discussion on, or what I said on, whatever that you emerged of. Now, when you are able to use the powers, the wonderment, the beauty of whatever you emerge from for the promotion of life, that is what it means by worshiping God. Worshiping God is not like you they say the Indian for na wapijauti and worshiping God. Worshiping God no and say what could you not saw them when say Morgan, you know. Now when I go to washa, I say want to the Lord and no worshiping God. Right? All those things that we do, no, it opens up to be able to have a clear revelation of God. That is what they do. Sometimes, you know, utie nyumbia na awose gu some moment na awose be gu sa no obi ka se for 10,000 enna ya na ma asofo no timi dwiri cash pa no on say that worship ne be gura nkrofo mu sa wa so no obi ka se for sika ni gina be gu on ma ha adni na be de be kwa ku strategy. So maybe when we come another time talking about what worshiping God truly means now, we would understand. You can't say, or you can't keep praising your teacher and your teacher will be happy when you go into the exam room and then you fail. Poto no I feel basa. Now math teacher I find say oh the best math teacher. Now exam need draw hodom now went man pass math na. Now teacher ni aje. Ne rekora be homo. Obeka say hey, you had me the best math teacher and you couldn't pass. I heard crowd when I could commit to suicide. So
Papa, in Africa you fairly pal.
Now we will be sang and show you.
Hey, you failure. I saw it there boy
once what we do mostly in Africa is we praise our math teacher, but we go to the math examination and we fail. That is what Africans do. Instead of whatever the math teacher has put in us, we should be able to use it. When we go to the math examination, near fail. Kofi, and yes, I here. Near fail poto.
Oh, Charlie. Brother.
Yeah, I feel. Me do my chair and I'm sorry. It's no moment. I'm sorry to see ya. Why? I could boost our question. wako activate to so many things. You know the FNC I say now we are the man.
Christopher, my failure. I saw them baby corruption to me for Africa uncle.
That is the problem that we have, right? We praise our math teachers, we praise our chemistry teachers, our physics teachers, but when we go to the examination, Laila, we can't pass, right?
It's like a person qualifies to go to Cambridge, and the moment they get in, they celebrate so much that they forget to learn in that 3 or 4 years, and then they come back with
that's it. Third class, right? So when you be pass.
Oh,
so wafam sa keke, right?
Because we do where we do
you see the outcome that you put forward, indicates how good your teacher is, right? And once again, to the Muslims, to the Christians, who pride themselves in their leader, in their master, we want to see that in your outcome. That is all. As I'm telling you, I know I'm not organs if you so. It's a organ who's had the no pa na. I'm sure I can have organ be kremuni and so be Christoni. And no, I don't know. So when you who's had the end there, so who's had the end there, not just who say,
na Christopher no name I agree say Bible na moral guide or say yes and call you.
Welcome. But mean that we into the police here or the way they so to
nyina ja to say a moral guide. Enti a moral guide. Enti me say
Morgan me no nya
I don't know.
Was no nya adwunu.
Ananya na also spiritual aspect na anya adwuma.
Me say spiritual aspect when it's a Bible no and yes spirit be any Bible.
No na making you.
And I just say and catch your moral guy.
Also spirit be any. No na me so dey be making me
say. And say
I'm say Morgan and some baby kind no be wa fan another way. What find another way? Well,
that way be.
Hey, was it? Oh, said you work as a Bible near Mura, moral guide, no one can say.
No, there be. I have always been of the view, say, yes, the what is written in the Bible makes sense. Yes, and yet, anti-asi anymore, anti-asi nyansa woman, but it is only to an extent say a footwo the mount say we are say our buy obi na ball into ball bray and basa. That is what we all summarize.
Morgan or patches
we are all summarized.
Say Bible no ye troni nyina gu obi fa book no tro gu book or tro ni nyina gu book mu. Sa book no or patches that book should possess some spirit ana. Sa no huno. Nipa bebre including Chirabosom. I heard don't know kind of TV radio say nipa bebre ni adwen yo mo say Bible was say ekuta e possess some spirit. And say e be a konfo bi bodua. Or the boy na say wamem. And I say konfo bi bosuma na say e bi ukotia so na say onan ho. A Bible does not possess some kind of spirit. As some no, we have written word and the word logo. As some no na to me womb, and yet the actual book.
Okay, all right. You, Yati, Bibi, Nyami Adma, that's a ne, Yaba. I had it in common yet the Kobe, it's all about life, and Yaba, that's a ne. Na ya betu anko mudie no so ye beda obi bia ase covid anso obade na the critical thinker Apostle was it Matisse was say Apostle no ya ne pese ya de hye no kon ba your friend so a Jesus so ofili di no Apostle
or defend the apostles so
Papa, before you go, I want turn Brother Morgan into Muslim right now.
No.
And Alaji. So
it won't happen.
You know what?
I believe there is a God.
Yes.
I believe I need to reverence Him. I believe I need to live well with my neighbor. But I don't believe I have to do all that through some bastard Christ to be or some polygamous Muhammad be just like me. And the same Bible now Christ now more to my dream more senya no spirit there can say who be na no but ono ne bakra ekwo ba na dane problem we yes say na dane problem. You see,
very true, Morgan. Abi, you've heard of the word Sufism, yeah?
No, educate me.
I mean, bro, that one.
It be a long time.
You and I want to lake way later on. We can look into why. And I promise you actually end up having a more understanding of Islam than a person who reads the Quran. And that's all it is. Yeah.
Okay. All right then. Yeah, fancy. Everybody, thank you very much. You why? Na bibia ntoto ko mu so kama emfama. Rasby. And then yet unka bio after a very long time. Also yatunchia yadawase pass and oma yet unka. Medini ensana and one Papa Smiley. Now me add more next week. You have a twaso. But until then, Yami Adma Ebnada, we come with a live edition of Bamaso. Hodie, Nyasam Ketwa, Hodie, more jet politically. But we talk about various issues also on that platform as well. Enjoy your Sunday and enjoy the week as well. In fact, the week is already good. The moment you wake up, the day is already good because the air is still breathing you. The earth is still giving you its stabilizing love, feeding you. The fires, the sun is still warming you up. And the waters are always nourishing and purifying you. So the day is good. What is left is for you to make the day better. That is all that is left for you to make the day better. And you can only make the day better when you are able to align yourself with what you emerge from. By so doing, you express love. You express intelligence and you express creativity throughout the day. And by so doing, you are making the day better and you are worshiping God. Bye-bye.
Reggie promoter a grassroots was say, I didn't go and a young son. Reggie. Agrinko nene nyansanko agrinko nene nyansanko agrinko nene nyansanko agrinko nene nyansanko That's not been as a youngster. Miko being Chessia, two rest were me Chessia. I guess the youngster, we say, hey, youngster, away. And she and us, I pay now to argue you. Youngster, don't come, there be an order question. I want to know my crew. Every hour go to the water. Then you know, man, about who bring young son to maybe. And what Shani said, they didn't know what you are on me. And just say, and yes, I really